wrestling kids, and the millions listening live around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for the round table.
Welcome, everybody, one and all, to a special New Year's edition of your favorite podcast, Round Table Wrestling. I am with some distinguished co-hosts and a guy from Boston. We have Keith, the Wild Man Miller.
Hey, Happy New Year, everybody.
We have Brent, the Nightmare Ward.
Hey, everyone.
We have David D-Lo Logan.
Fuck it is, dummies.
Yep, it's not D-Lo Brown, but we also we respect D-Lo Brown around here. That's
My bad.
That was great.
We like us some good frog splashes, you know.
Indeed.
Better frog
perfect
splash
for
than
that.
Mercedes Moné.
I'm perfect for that.
Argue with your mother. And we also have Johnny Boston all the way from Boston.
Boston.
It's your boy all the way from Boston. What's up, ladies and germs?
Yes, just friendly tri-state East Coast rivalry between us, but it's all right.
I suppose.
Otherwise, this is, as I mentioned, breaking the fifth wall, which doesn't exist. This is New Year's. This is the first pod of 2025, which I would like to say is going to be the best year of our lives. I'm just going to call it now.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You all right.
I would like to mention something that's kind of wrestling related, but WrestlePalooza is happening. Two-nighter. So night one was is Friday, and then night two is Saturday. So that's going to be a thing happening. I was just at First Avenue. It's a venue. It's a bar. Famous for Prince having performed there many a time. And Bob Dylan, like, it's smack dab in Minneapolis, right next to where Target Center is. Iconic venue. And they throw their own, they have their own wrestling promotion, and Matt Cardona is their champion.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, Mr. Cardona.
Here's hoping we get to see Gain versus Pimp Kane.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. The Kane variants, we love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
There's a
shout
Pimp
out to.
Kane now?
Oh, there's
Pimp Kane.
there's
looks
so many
fucking
more
awesome.
coming. There's so
Like
many.
10.
There's so many
There
Kane
it is.
variants.
Oh,
Like
Blue
10.
Kane. Blue Kane started it,
He
man.
started it all, man. Now they're like Pokemon. They're fucking
And
everywhere.
then it's Gain now, and then Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Yeah, I saw
Which
cocaine.
He went
Cane.
very viral. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen that.
Candy Cane.
Candy
Yeah.
Cane. It's like now there's a
That's
pimp
Now
named
there's a
Kane.
Pimp Cane.
Mhm.
Pimp
Oh,
Kane, I
Lord.
think, looks the best out of all of them, to be real.
Well, Cocaine has the greatest gimmick.
He absolutely
yeah.
can't even
Cocaine
deny
is
that.
fantastic.
The greatest name to a finisher.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. It's very reminiscent of Drugs Bunny from a few years ago, but
Oh,
Drugs
yeah.
Bunny never got big outside of like Oakland. So to see that kind of floating around on at least, you know, a little more spread out scale, dude, this is absolutely a riotously funny time to
Yeah.
live in. It really
Also,
is.
if you think about it, I think Drugs Bunny would have been sued by 3 different people.
Oh, try like 50.
So
He'd been
good.
sued by
Oh,
Looney
God.
Tunes, Warner Brothers, and Bad Bunny. Like,
Disney.
Oh,
And Disney,
man.
Yeah.
Disney owns half of Warner Brothers shit, man.
That's for sure.
oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
true. Yeah. So, yeah, he would have.
He would have been screwed.
And
Imagine
you know what?
getting
I don't
sued
care.
by
He was
Disney.
still entertaining as hell. He was still funny as hell to watch.
But I would like to
Oh,
mention something that's not wrestling related for a second. I went to WrestlePalooza. We had oh no, not the WrestlePalooza. I went to First Ave, the venue, for the first time. Beautiful place, very nice.
Avenue.
The amount
Right.
of times that I was asked if I was gay
Hey yo.
was staggering.
Hey yo.
And I was
Dude.
like, what is going on? But this woman,
He's like,
it
I'm
was
not
a-
gay. Listen to my podcast.
What y'all got doing in Minneapolis, man?
You know, it's
Nothing
well,
up there.
well, we are right across the street from Gay 90s, and First Ave is very well known for being, very accepting, very well known as LGBTQ plus, like forward. Like they're one of the. I think they're the place that shut down Chappelle after that joke that he made.
Oh,
Yeah.
Which venues? Yeah, so it's very.
Sound right.
Yeah, it's funny.
But
I
I was gonna say though, but
I'll just
apparently, as a straight man, you can't sing along to Cher or Madonna songs.
Dude, one night I was super drunk at a karaoke bar,
As you should.
and me and my buddy Greg were singing "Pour Some Sugar on Me" to each other, pointing at each other while we were singing it. So I think you can do whatever the hell you want, man.
But it's just the
No,
funny
man.
thing is, right, is that she broke the ice by saying, "You aren't gay, are you?" And I was like, "No," and she's like, "Oh, good." And I was like,
Oh,
Okay,
good.
okay, that's
Hey,
forward.
God, is this
And then
story going somewhere?
we start, yeah.
good.
Well,
Am I on the
Alone
door?
and late at night?
no. Well, we did end up, having
Did I just
having
break
some
the
fun,
ice
and
by
we're
being
gonna
straight?
exactly right. Like, but then she kept watching me dance and like sing, Cher, and Madonna, and then she looked at me and she kept like closing her eyes a little bit as to be like, "Wait."
Are you sure?
I don't think so.
Maybe 7-8 times
Okay,
That's
now
great.
what's going
within the hour. She was like, "Are you
That's
sure?" And I was like,
great.
"What do you mean, are you sure?"
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, if anybody's gonna know, it's gonna be you.
on? I
yeah.
gotta say,
I would imagine so. Right?
growing up in Boston, I was not very far from a place called Provincetown, Massachusetts. Also known as P-Town. So for those of you that aren't
P-Town down.
from around here and don't know, P-Town has been incredibly openly gay and accepting since I was a teenager.
Right.
Now let's get back in the Wayback Machine. As a teenager, I had no idea about this. I was just in the car on my way to a 4th of July celebration.
Mhm.
So when it finally
Happy 4th of
dawned
July.
on me, like, wait a minute, 2 guys kissing, hairy chests, everybody's manscaped. Oh, these guys are gay. By the time
Wait,
it
wait.
dawned on me and we were leaving, I realized that the worst thing that could happen isn't a gay guy hitting on me. The worst thing that could happen is going to a gay town and having no one hit on me. All right.
Damn.
That's demoralizing. Let me tell you.
I
grew
was-
up in
That's funny.
I grew up in Ithaca, New York, which if you guys don't know, yeah, Ithaca, there's a thing called the Lesbian Almanac, which has been published for a very long time. And every year Ithaca is in the top 3 most friendly places for gay people to live. It's
I
won a
believe-
couple of times.
Wasn't the
I think
Postal
Minneapolis
mob
has
out
got
of
that now.
Ithaca, New York?
Yeah. And I was hit on by men pretty much my entire life.
Oh,
And I don't know if
What a-
it's
what a flex.
I was a lot prettier when I was younger, so I don't know if it was because of that or if it was just because they were testing the waters because Ithaca's a pretty open town.
From like 16 to 22, I was goth. Dude, I've been
Yeah.
hit on by everyone.
Yeah, it's
Anyone.
interesting. It's
Everything.
interesting, but I always just told people like I look at gay dudes as ugly chicks. Like people would get super insulted by it, you know what I mean? And I'd just be like, dude, they don't know any better, just it's like an ugly girl, just treat them the same way, you know what I mean? I'm not interested, but thank you.
I
Like,
was
my
was
girl
told
will
that-
put her penis on you.
I was told that if you treat ugly people that you don't find attractive differently
Mhm.
from people you find attractive, that means something.
Yeah, it means
Like
you find
you're-
them attractive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And now
That is-
with that,
you are
with that
correct,
being
sir.
with that being said, I think we should get to. Well, we have 1 or 2 news things, and then we're gonna
Yeah,
get to
not
it.
much, but dude,
our
I did want
list.
to ask you real quick. First Avenue, is that the place in Minneapolis with their own Walk of Fame, like the Minneapolis Walk of Fame?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Right
So
on.
that the stars on the wall or whatever, and on the floor.
Yeah, and like
like
anybody
Bob
who's
Dylan, the Google Doll, like how many people have been there? So many people have been there.
Right. That's really cool.
Macklemore made a song where he mentioned First Avenue also.
Right.
So
Right
it
on.
came, but
I
that's
was-
a big venue. I want to perform there one day, but they do everything from wrestling shows to burlesque shows to both. So
Nice. I was listening to a podcast last night about music, and they were saying that pretty much any Minneapolis band that has signed a major label deal gets a star there because they've all played there. So that's
yeah,
pretty cool.
It's a rite of passage, and someday I'm going to perform there as well. I
Nice.
love it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would mention I wanted to mention, but before we get to the news, the little bit of the news we have, I do want to mention that I was listening to Two Bears One Cave, which is Tom Segura and Bert Chrysler's. And, am I saying his last name right? Chrysler. Kreischer? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And they had Cody Rhodes on, and it's a pretty good listen. They're talking about, talking about his dad, talking about the fact that, they both met Tyson at different times and they have funny stories about that.
It's really cool that they even hosted that one show together very, very briefly. I forget what it was even called, but they got to host a TV show together with like.
Oh yeah. Cody was it was almost like a Shark Tank type thing, no?
Yeah, kinda, yeah. Yeah, I
Like
don't
a
remember
talent show, whatever.
Yeah, not so much Shark Tank as like America's Got Talent, I think.
Okay, yeah, something like that. I remember I'd never seen it, but I just knew that he was on.
I don't remember much about it. It was very brief, but
Good this year, fellas.
It's interesting stuff.
Right
Okay,
on.
so Brent, if I could
Yeah.
if I could ask you to mention
Okay,
news.
there's a few good things. Let's see. Tony Khan confirms final AEW Rampage for the foreseeable future.
Ooh-wee.
That,
Or one
Rest in
for
peace,
our
but-
page.
I mean, I can't say that I didn't see it coming. They got way too many shows for a program.
it's
Yeah.
unfortunate. They got too many shows and too much of a bloated locker room, and you would think those two problems would take care of each other.
But they
You
don't.
They're
think?
not. They're not managing
Yeah.
it well, unfortunately.
Yeah.
They got too many
Yeah.
cooks in the kitchen, and not
And then you have Collision, you had Rampage, you got
Rampage.
Dark, you got Dynamite. It's like
I say that there'll be a couple more.
You got to establish yourself before you come out swinging on all fronts.
That's exactly right.
I mean, I think that their idea in the beginning was that they were going to come out and compete with WWE. So they wanted to have,
Agreed.
Yeah.
That was
they wanted to look like they basically copied their formula,
Right.
but they didn't have the wrestling acumen to really make it happen. I mean, say what you will about the Young Bucks and them, but especially once Cody Rhodes left,
It
you
really
could tell
did.
that you could tell that he was helping with the direction of the company. It got so much worse after he left. Not that it was great when he was there, so it was just like, ugh. And it's been falling apart this year.
I thought it sucked that they involved Brandy in as much as she did, because she was clearly not ready to be on TV as often as she was.
where she was going to be a wrestler, and then she was going to she
was gonna be
Karma
faction. She was
Yeah.
gonna and that
Yeah.
bums me out too, because I really like Karma or whatever her. I forget her TNA name, and I used to watch her for Awesome Kong.
Awesome Kong.
Yeah.
God, I really loved Awesome Kong the longest time, and it bums me out, man. She's another one that should be like women's champion somewhere, but
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
she never gets booked properly.
Nope.
Mhm.
Well, WWE looked like they had her doing something good, and then she got pregnant.
Briefly, yeah. Talk about
Like the
timing.
thing where she was just coming out and killing little tiny chicks. That could have been fire.
Yeah.
Taking out dudes too. And that
Yeah.
was fire.
Yeah.
More,
My
killed
thing
more
was-
chicks than an egg farm.
My thing was, even after she had her baby and everything, they never called her back.
That sucks.
Well, because
Well,
didn't
she had
she do?
postpartum, right? She was
didn't
going
she
through
do
some
Glow?
emotional stuff.
But wasn't she in Glow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have called her and her baby to come work at that point. Like, she was
Oh,
so talented.
Yeah.
Oh, I would.
Yeah.
This is also. I suppose we can mention it later, but you were talking about that AEW. We actually got some AEW mention on WWE, which I was really surprised.
Yeah.
That part was
With
nasty.
with a bunch of promos from like what was it,
Yeah.
Edge and Darby Allin.
Interesting.
There's a few of them.
And then
So-
CM Punk, Seth Rollins, they were throwing
Oh, they were
absolute
throwing
daggers
verbal
at each
blows.
other.
That was great.
Yeah.
They were throwing spears at each other. It sounded great.
Great.
I can't wait till
Pumped
Monday.
threw McMahon under the
Speaking-
bus.
Mhm.
Like, that was good.
Big ball.
Speaking of TNA, TNA wrestling is being picked up by Sportsnet 360. That could be a real good thing for them.
Yeah, because doesn't Sportnet's 360 have a bunch of like linear channels on like Roku and stuff like that, or like
Yeah,
like where they have new programming, right?
Nah.
I mean,
Mm.
interesting.
I might have to check it out.
That stuff was nasty.
sure does.
Good.
Yeah.
That's for one thing TNA lacks is accessibility.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, the couple of years they've had, despite firing Scott D'Amore at the worst possible time,
Yeah.
the couple of years they've had outside of that have been friggin' spectacular.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens now, but the mass exodus is at some point is going to happen.
Oh yeah,
and-
people are leaving.
absolutely.
So people
Yeah.
are leaving. So
It's
but
weird
I think
to
even
me
more
that
than that.
both
After
Impact
Tessa, yeah.
and AEW have been pretty much being led by ECW alumni since the
Yeah.
get. And people will still say to this day that ECW sucks. Well, then stop watching wrestling, dude. If you really think it sucks, because they're the ones literally that are holding stuff together behind the scenes in every company.
Yeah.
I don't think ECW sucks, but I think ECW
Bad.
I think their style of wrestling hurt wrestling overall.
Oh yeah,
I
for
do
sure.
too.
Yeah.
And more than anything, I think it was the constant feeding the expectation of a surprise every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Violence.
Do that, man. That's why,
Either
they
that or
trying to
just, like-
outdo each other so
Yeah.
badly.
Mhm. Either that or just copious amounts of violence.
Right.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what
right.
that's what I
Good.
am. That's what I'm even saying is that's what that led to.
Yeah, with the
I
surprise.
think
Yeah,
even the people
The
wanting a
finishers,
surprise led to wrestlers
know-
being willing to do these crazy things to get the crowd, and that crowd was unforgiving.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think that the idea where you have to hit 3 freaking finishers before somebody kicks out or before you pin somebody happened from ECW. Like there were people getting dropped on their necks in every match.
Yeah.
To an
Oh, yeah.
extent, and part of it you can bring right back to Tommy Dreamer being the first person to kick out of the Superfly Splash.
Sure.
But I think that instance, it was used judiciously and it was used correctly because I feel that was a passing of the torch moment. But you
Right.
don't need to have one in every friggin' match.
Right.
Well, that
Everything
was just
since
that's good.
everything since ECW has literally been the era of watering down every finishing move and even turning some classics like the DDT or the super kick into transitionary moves.
Oh no, they're 100%. Yeah,
And that's
100%.
sad.
they'll still try to
Ooh.
pin them after, just as an ode, almost as like a showing
could
that
happen.
this is
Yeah.
something that could pin, but
Yeah.
everybody knows it won't.
Now super kicks don't even knock people down.
No.
No, yeah, you need to
Super
they
kicks
need
come
to
when they
knock down
stagger.
Cruiserweight.
Yeah.
You know, it's like insane. Yeah.
Maybe just Shawn
I mean-
Michaels is that strong.
Maybe
Maybe. Savannah
monkeys
Jack,
will
baby.
fly out of my butt.
You got to learn how to perfect them. That's what it
I
comes
mean,
down to.
so I
Execution.
remember I don't know if you guys remember this, but Chris Adams would sometimes do a short super kick.
Yeah.
They'd be like,
Chris
"Oh, he
Adams.
caught him with a super kick out of nowhere," and he would still finish the match with that. Because it was still a super kick, and he just hit it like bam. And now, a short super kick is literally like a punch.
Yeah.
When
It's
Taz would
literally
hit-
like
That's the time.
When Taz
Yeah.
would hit like a dragon suplex on anyone other than Sabu, you knew it was over.
yeah.
Yeah.
You knew it was over, dude. You don't get folded like lawn furniture and just kick out of it.
That's-
Right. Now you do.
Now you do. Now you do
Now
15
you do.
times a match and it bothers the
Yeah.
hell out of me. I get it.
And ECW set up the whole thing where you have to win with your finish,
Right.
which I hate.
Well-
I did and I
Oh, you
didn't.
tried.
It put
You
more
tried.
importance on the moves, but it also forced everyone to come out swinging with a finisher and a signature and a backup signature. Like,
Right.
Well,
Right.
let's go back even further. Let's go to WrestleMania 6.
Oh,
Okay.
Uh,
God, H.
I'm on the trolley.
Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior kicked out of Hulk Hogan's leg drop.
Right. But he was like the first person to ever do it. And it was such a big deal. I mean,
Yeah.
and I think that was more to sell the fact that if you know the story behind that, which I'm sure most of us do. They were trying to push Hogan out, and they were trying to make Warrior look like the strongest human being alive.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that was like a passing of the torch thing, like Johnny was saying.
It
You know?
was the forced passing of the torch.
David,
Yeah, yeah. I
Hogan
mean,
was
Hogan
won.
literally said that, like, he said that he saw Warrior in there celebrating, and he was like, I knew it wasn't going to work, so I needed to get in there and take some of that spotlight back.
Well, here's
So
the-
that's why he went in and gave him the belt. It wasn't because he was like, good job, kid. It was because he was like, I'm not going to let you have this moment all to yourself.
here's a fun fact for you guys.
Which,
Speaking of that match, if you go back and watch it at about the 2.5, 3 minute mark, if you pay real close attention, you can
Yeah.
see Ultimate Warrior begging Hogan to go home because
that's
Warrior
awesome.
Warrior
dying.
blew himself up in his ring
Yeah.
entrance.
Yeah.
Warrior winded himself so bad during his entrance, he was begging Hogan to
Well,
go home. Not even
I
3 minutes.
remember like an interview with Warrior, and this was during the time when he was having issues with wrestling, obviously, but like
Yeah.
he said that one of the reasons that he didn't respect a lot of wrestlers is because he would put more energy into his entrance than they did into their entire match.
Yeah,
I
but he
did-
couldn't understand why the reverse was true.
Right,
Mm,
right. Yeah.
some wild stuff.
Yeah.
And it's crazy as I saw his retirement match against Orlando Jordan. It
Oh,
wasn't
nice.
terrible. He didn't look great. He was sweaty and winded and like looked like an old man, but he wrestled. It was decent.
Orlando
Like,
Jordan.
yeah, there's another name. There's
That's
another
a
name
name.
that shocks me that he never
Or-
made it.
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
The caution tape?
Dude, I thought he was going to be the Black Gold Dust. I'm
I
not
think
even
him
kidding. you.
actually being out at that time, I don't think wrestling was ready for it.
No.
I don't
You know.
him being open. Well, same
Yeah.
thing with Fred Rosser. Like I don't
Right.
really, who used to be what was his name when he was
Jared
part
Young.
of? Jared Young, yeah.
Jared Young.
Yeah.
Black Cena.
Yeah.
That's
it.
hilarious.
Yeah. Dude, when he cut that one promo where he just like took the mic and said, some people even say I look like John Cena.
Yeah.
And
I
that was the
remember
whole promo. Like I was like, what is this, dude? So like you saw this online or something, you felt like you had to comment? Like,
Oh my.
yeah, that was
One
funny.
person on Twitter said that to him, and he took it right to the head.
Yeah, he's like, dude. Well, he did look like John Cena though.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Little more natural suntan, but kind of.
Yeah.
So
Time to
Brent,
get-
is there anything left that we should discuss before we get to our
I mean,
our
it's fun.
ramblings about the bests of the year?
well, Zachary Wentz and Gigi Dolan wants Adam Sandler to sing at their wedding. To be
Hey,
the
now.
real wedding
Oh,
singer.
Dude, I hope he sings that freaking somebody kiss me. That'd be great.
Love stinks.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, my goodness.
WWE Netflix deal. They announced some things about it.
Oh, yeah. No pay-per-views. They're still going to be on Peacock, so that's positive.
Yeah, that's good
Interesting.
for Peacock at least for another year.
More
For
money.
people who are trying to stream a freaking show that's going to get 11 million viewers, you know?
Yeah. So they're bringing 5 new shows, including WWE Top 10 and WWE Road to WrestleMania. WWE Network closure upsets fans, losing content by new Netflix shows provided nostalgia and education.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah, so I was talking to Tyler about this, who we thought he might be here, but he didn't show. And I personally have no interest in watching these shows. Like it's going to be stuff that I've seen, but that's the point. Like people who've never seen WWE or haven't seen it recently,
Right.
it's kind of going to be to catch them up, you know?
Well,
No,
that's yeah. I was
They
gonna say that.
launched today, actually. The programming
Oh, yeah.
launches today.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Evan, help me. I'm not watching anything WWE puts out that's labeled educational.
Hey now.
Well, what
If I
it
watch
is,
one more
right?
biography of Bret Hart, I'm going to throw up. So
Hey,
Probably.
hey. Listen, that's a perfectly acceptable opinion unless you're Bill Goldberg.
I agree. I agree. As a Bret Hart fan, you know.
Right? I know what that dude's house looks like. I've seen
I
enough.
know, right.
Yeah.
If I ever
Exactly.
go there, I know where to pee. I know where to get a drink. I know where to avoid the basement. Like,
Can I mention something really quick?
Yeah, what's up,
It
brother?
has nothing to do with anything important.
Sure.
This is the first time in my life that I'm skinny enough to notice that I have an Adam's apple.
Whoa.
Dude,
I've never actually noticed. I've always never actually knew if I had an Adam's apple.
It's funny. My
Not for
son's Adam's
nothing,
apple
but-
is huge.
I'm down
Really?
like 50
And
pounds over the last year, and I gotta tell you, dude, it has done wonders for my penis.
Nice. Yeah, that does help, dude. Honestly, like,
Oh,
Well,
dude.
they say every 50
Yeah.
pounds or something like that, every 40 pounds, like you lose. But it's
Yeah,
interesting.
The son of a bitch came out and
I
saw
thought
the shadow.
I thought
Like, don't
Adam's
even know
apple
what to do.
was a white people thing.
no, it's not.
No,
Right. It's a
no.
man thing.
It's a man
It's
thing.
a testosterone thing.
Wow,
Yeah,
does
it's-
it need
it's
to
a
be
man
called
thing.
like a
Yeah.
fucking Aquan's apple for you to take
So-
it seriously? What the
the-
fuck?
Yeah.
The thing
But
is,
yeah,
if
my-
you run into a girl, then she has one of those, run away.
Right, run away.
I mean, there's occasionally chicks who have Adam's apples that are actual chicks. Don't just
What?
generalize.
Once in a blue moon, dude. And
What?
I'm
Yeah.
Very rare.
Like
rare,
visible.
but-
Everyone has an
Yeah.
Adam's apple. It's just most women's Adam's apples aren't visible.
Yeah.
What is
but
an Adam's
let's-
apple actually though?
I have
Well,
no
not.
clue, man.
Target.
Yeah, it's a little knot in your windpipe, but I don't
It's
know
like
what it
target.
is.
Too much neck
Yeah.
caressing going on in this episode right now.
We're all rubbing ourselves. My Adam's apple is right
God,
here.
Great.
No, not even on
Apple.
camera.
Run away.
Wouldn't theirs
You
be
get
an
Roddy on the
Eve's
show,
apple
he be
anyway?
next strong.
Nah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna make sure that this video gets uploaded too. I'm gonna talk to Tyler and be like, look, brother, let's put this up on YouTube somehow or something. If
Beautiful
we
stuff.
can,
Yeah.
yeah, if we can't get Jay to put it out.
We all rub
Yeah,
it
you
on.
gotta
We've all
get-
got-
You
Everybody's
got to
got
get
to
my
see it.
warrior stuffed animal here.
I had
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
those
yeah.
when I was a kid.
Stuffed animal, it's a human.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just not human.
It's a stuffed
That's
like
a
me
damn
at
wrestling
Thanksgiving.
buddy.
Dude, so one time, my
He's intense.
my son has a CM Punk and a Rey Mysterio that are kind of like that.
He was
And he
doing
was
the
having
exact-
them. He was having them wrestle each other, and I was surprised because CM Punk. Oh my God, Pablo's dying.
Brent, do
Oh.
that again. He was exactly the same thing Ultimate Warrior used to do. He was just like shaking
With the ropes.
he's shaking the rope. He was
Oh my-
like,
But in case you came in, because you heard me talking about him, but he had he loved Rey Mysterio, but CM Punk was kicking Rey Mysterio's ass, and I was
Oh.
like, buddy, why is CM Punk beating Rey Mysterio up? And Casey said CM Punk's got to get his heat,
Ah,
and I think he was like 4.
On the map.
that's my little
So he
dude.
just do that from like hearing me talk about wrestling, like back when I was booking shows and stuff. He was
On
like,
the
CM
map.
Punk's got to get his heat. And I was like, okay, right on, dude. Good job.
Okay. Thought you were
Right
going
on.
Booker.
That's my little dude.
well, guys, you guys want to hop in and each of us do some
Ayo.
awards?
Yeah. So what exactly are the categories, Bram? Why don't you run down the categories real quick so we know what we're doing here?
yes.
All
Let me preface it first as the narrative of this one. This episode is specifically talking about the best of 2024.
Yes.
Indeed.
So
Yeah.
that's what we're going off of. We're gonna do the best of.
So Shawn
Brent.
Michaels is not nominated for anything unless it's Booker of the Year.
All right, all I know is Shawn Michaels, so I gotta go, guys.
Oh, later,
Yeah.
brother.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so the categories for this year are Superstar of the Year. That's overall indies or mainstream
No.
wrestling.
Oh,
That
that's
is the
cool.
rules.
So
Okay.
mainstream and indie wrestling. Yes.
Yes.
And over.
It's everywhere.
Everything.
Every.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Every country.
First.
Then we have Indie Star of the Year,
Mhm.
which we all probably know who that is.
Yeah.
If we're smart.
WWE Superstar of the Year.
I might have to fight you guys on the indie one.
Really?
If I'm being honest, I might have to fight y'all on this one.
Ooh, man. Okay.
Back
But
me
we'll
in,
get
bro.
to we'll cross that bridge. I'll burn that bridge when we get there.
And that one is WWE Superstar of the Year is for male and female.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
NXT Star of the Year, also male and female. There's only one
Mhm.
clear winner for that, I think, in NXT.
It's Ren. It's Ren.
We are going. Okay.
AEW Star of the Year,
hmm
male and female.
Okay.
TNA Star of the Year, male and female. I think we all know who the male is there.
We're going to have.
One
Oh,
is-
I'm going to get into
Josh
verbal
Alexander.
fisticuffs.
I think we're getting
Josh
into a
Alexander.
few fights on this one.
NWA Star of the Year, male and female.
Mm.
We're also doing MLW Star of the Year
I like it.
and Best Tag Team in Wrestling Award.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
overall.
If I can mention one thing that just popped in
Promotion
my
or
head.
brand of the year, I think we should do too.
Yes, I would like to say that. Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Indie Spotlight Award.
Is that like what we're looking for in 2025?
That's
It's always Damian Chambers.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Least improved wrestler of the year. I think I got this one nailed down.
She's also possibly the most improved wrestler of the year.
And
You already knew what we were talking about.
She's the least improved and the most improved.
most improved wrestler of the year.
She did not improve enough.
We have breakout star for WWE
Mm.
of the year,
Okay.
male and female. We also have the
I
biggest
know who
scandal
that is.
of the year.
Biggest scandal
what
is
is it?
actually going. Biggest scandal.
Oh,
Sounds
And-
dirty.
That's that
Biggest-
is a convoluted one because there's so many things that came
So
out.
that's a
Right,
big one.
And the final category is biggest loser, and we mean loser.
Mhm.
well, that's just because Brent wants to talk shit about Jack Perry.
I was gonna say y'all are gonna hold back that long just to call me out.
He purposely created that category just to talk shit about Jack Perry.
I basically did. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie.
Damn.
My biggest loser is somebody completely different from
Me
that.
too.
Well,
Yeah, I got somebody different too. So, yeah.
somebody who's also held the championship, but
Interesting. All right.
all right. So from the start, how do we want to start it?
Yeah. Let's
Are
roll
we
it
going
out.
straight to the biggins, like straight to the best wrestlers? Or are we going to start from the bottom up?
I think we should
How you
start from the
start?
bottom up.
I agree.
Okay,
Okay.
so was the scandal one the one that was
Biggest
Ooh.
loser?
But,
Oh,
yeah,
biggest
biggest
loser.
loser.
Oh yeah. big
well
one.
since you already prefaced it, Brent,
Go ahead, express your mind, Brent.
All right.
explain
Brenton.
why your biggest
Explain,
loser is
Brenton.
better than my biggest
My
loser.
name's Johnny Boston, and I do a podcast.
Jack Perry, Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
Not
He's the
anymore.
biggest loser.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
Why?
Explain why.
Well, the man is simply an a-hole. And
Mhm.
that gets over good in wrestling. That's fine. You can be an a-hole and get over good in wrestling. But the thing is, Jack Perry also transcends that into his real life problems.
Mhm.
And I just don't like the guy.
How
I
so?
used to like the guy. Guy was on top of the world, and then he became a douchebag.
Yeah.
And a larger than life douchebag at that.
It just tells me he's doing his job.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless he's doing it at Applebee's. That's
Yeah.
the difference.
Granted.
Yeah.
Granted.
That's the difference.
If he does that to you at Applebee's, give me a call. I kind of want to see it. Like,
Ah, so, speaking of people who do that kind of shit at Applebee's, I love him to death, man, but I'm going to go with Ric Flair. Guy lost his wife. Guy's lost all of his money like 7 times. He's like currently literally like begging people to buy his weed so that he
Yeah.
doesn't go broke.
yeah, and this
Fair.
is the same
You know?
dude that used to give people in the locker room shit for smoking weed.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I ain't Pat.
Yeah.
You sell it? Oh shit.
Yeah. I'll have a drink, but I'm not doing those, I'll do the cocaine, but
Oh, I'm not doing those N-word drugs.
yeah.
Weed.
I'll do the cocaine, but I'm not smoking weed.
I ain't
Um,
smoking them reefers. That'll make
But
But
you
yeah, man, we all love Ric Flair. We all love his legacy. But at this point, he's a drunken old man who treats people badly.
I never did.
And
I
can't
always
keep
thought he was
a.
a drunken old man that treated people badly, to be honest with you.
Johnny
Right.
said.
His
Johnny
name and
said
legacy
both.
doesn't mean shit to me.
So Johnny
Right on,
Boston
brother.
sat here and said cocaine and the N-word in the same sentence.
I did.
Whoa, who said
I
the
did.
N-word?
No, he
I
said
didn't hear that.
literally.
Referencing Ric Flair.
Holy mackerel, brother.
No, he said
We're gonna have to
N-word.
beat that out.
And no, he said.
I said the N-word though. I didn't
drugs.
actually.
Oh,
say
you
the
said
word.
the N-word. Okay, got it.
I
He
did
said
say
N-word
that,
drugs
buddy.
as in
My
like
Negro,
Narcan and stuff
I
like
would
that.
have
and like,
known.
yeah.
Sorry.
I would have known. My Negro sense would have tipped up like.
Yeah.
I was like,
no,
whoa, I didn't
I-
hear that.
I'm
Okay, got it.
crazy,
My
You said
Negro
the
senses
N-word.
are tingling.
Yeah, right.
D'Lo's like, I would have
There's
got
a
on a
disturbance in the
plane.
force.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I would've been in Boston.
Crazy.
What you say about that, huh?
That's what I seen.
Right there.
Nah, my name's Johnny Cape Cod. You got the wrong guy.
Johnny Cape
We
Cod.
must stay focused, brother.
Oh,
We
man.
must stay focused.
Yeah,
All right.
but yeah, I say Ric Flair, dude,
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
because he's literally lost everything. It's all his damn fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sucks.
That's a good one.
Thanks.
Who wants to take the next one? I don't know if we have a specific. Should we make a specific just rotation?
Uh,
Like
We've already
Brent and then
started, so I
Keith
don't know.
and then. Easy. Well,
Brett,
D'Lo,
Keith.
you're on top right
Yeah,
now.
go for it,
on
brother.
the screen.
He's
so-
off. So biggest loser. I say TK, Tony Khan, man.
Oh,
Dude, he was my number two.
Oh,
He was my number
Yo.
good
two.
one too.
Why would you show the
It's
footage?
true.
I explained the footage on my show how it went down, and CM Punk made it worse by talking about Kawani's in.
Well,
And
he no no.
he should have just left it alone.
Yeah,
He said
He
he
should not
thought
shown it.
Tony Khan said that him showing it was the reason why the Max deal went through.
And then,
That's what he
Interesting.
claimed. He claimed that. He
Yeah.
did that
Allegedly.
a few days ago. He said that.
Just because he's an idiot.
I think
Yes.
Tony
that's
Khan's a
covering
liar.
bases. That's
First
spinning.
off, Tony
That's
Khan's
spinning
lying.
and covering.
He's a liar. He's a liar. He's trying
He's
to
a
say
liar.
Speaking of
That's
cocaine,
spinning and covering.
Beat
That's
me
spinning
to
and
it,
covering.
Keith.
But still, bro, like
that's a good
the
pick,
foot's
D'Lo.
not
though.
even that bad. I might say that. The foot's
Right?
even that bad. To
Right?
really say, yo,
But
you
to
would've
go
thought-
from
you would've thought
having
man got stabbed or something. But like, no way go down.
Yeah,
So
to
I'll
be,
take
to
that. And
be in
then
fear of his life over a shove. That is such
Mhm.
garbage.
yeah,
it was embarrassing like hell. That
Yeah.
was my reason for it. I kept it all wrestling related. That was
Then
like,
CM Punk further buried him on Monday.
yeah,
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah, that
Big
made it
time.
even worse.
Made him look bad.
Yeah, I don't know what he expected to gain from showing that footage, but he literally was the laughing stock of the wrestling world for a solid month afterwards.
Oh,
But he said
absolutely.
it though. He said why he said it.
Oh yeah, no, I get it, but
Or
like,
it's- yeah.
if I'm talking realistically, like,
Like,
Right.
like in the
you
like in a
expect
real
anyone.
sense, like if you was running a TV show and he had something go down in the background, why would you show what happened if it wasn't
Mhm.
like maliciously crazy?
Exactly.
If they had just
And think
pretended
about,
it never
like-
happened, it would have been
think
fine.
about where this guy was. You know, when AEW first launched, however long ago that was, like 2018 or so.
Something like that. Yeah. 17, 18.
People thought he was like the savior. You know, they were like, this guy's treating us so well. He's giving us insurance. He's letting the wrestlers help book. You know, he's just providing us money so that we can live our dream. And now
Yeah.
he's like,
Hey,
everyone
my
hates
leg
him.
hurts. Yeah, here's a burrito. Go away.
Everyone hates him. Freaking people are so negative about AEW in general.
They don't have
like-
people who can speak Spanish backstage.
Yeah,
and-
apparently he can
Right.
afford insurance, but he can't afford a translator.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Oh, my goodness.
That's
Yeah,
beyond
mm,
insane. Like,
That's my big
I
reason.
feel like there's a huge miscommunication on both sides.
He's fallen
there.
so far, so that's a really good one. Like, you know, he's this year
Yeah, I
has
like
been
that.
tough
he
for
used to
Tony
get a
Khan.
lot of love, right? He used to get a lot of love. He's used to,
Who's
he
gonna
used to
Yeah.
get a
stop
lot of
doing that?
love.
Who's
And
going
then he hasn't been getting a lot of love lately because people say AEW
Yeah.
cold,
I still love
You
the
know,
dude for giving
something
an
like feeling some
alternative.
things,
But-
booking all shitty.
Gotta get his shit together.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
All right, Johnny.
That's a wicked fair one, to be honest. I'll be real. I didn't know the categories going into this, so I haven't.
None of
given
us did
any
except Brent.
A ton of
yeah, I
thought.
was so last.
But
minute.
Wick.
Perfect.
Well, I
seriously.
did have a list of it from like 2 weeks ago. when
No,
we
it's all
decided
right.
on this
No,
one.
no, no. I do know that. I haven't been paying as much attention to this as I normally would, man. I've been kind of
That's good.
helter skelter over here. But
Yeah.
Shout out to the Bostonian saying "wicked" online.
oh,
Yeah.
Awesome. I noticed that too. I was like, hell yeah.
Let
It's
me
a
tell
wicked
you, I
piss.
know where to
Damn,
find my guy.
ooh,
But no, sorry. Jokes and cliches aside.
Smack.
I think the biggest what was it? Biggest loser,
He
basically.
got
Mhm.
smacked.
Biggest loser of 2024 is Vince McMahon.
Yeah, I agree.
That's
Dude
it.
is sitting on his
I
thumb
agree.
at home being forgotten.
Oh man, yeah.
Watching his business thrive without him.
Yeah.
Right.
Not only thrive, but like supersede expectations. I figured
Yeah.
when Vince was gone, WWE would die a quick death.
Yeah,
And
Triple
you
H
know
is a smart guy, man. That's
I
the
have
thing.
been pleasantly surprised with what I've seen in the last year.
Oh, definitely.
So
Hey, they've done a fantastic job.
I gotta absolutely, even if everything that happened to him happened on December 31st of the year before last, doesn't really matter. Biggest loser of 2024 is Vince, because he might be sitting at home collecting checks, but he's watching every episode, getting furious
man's
because
is
he's
this?
not in charge.
Yeah.
Whose man is
him.
this?
For him, control is the ultimate paycheck.
We have a guest on
Hey,
here.
so everybody who is an old school fan of the show,
I ain't know
there was some controversy that we don't necessarily have to talk about, but one of the original co-hosts of the show, Chad Vandermark, has just popped in for this episode.
Special New Year's episode. Hello there.
Yeah,
What's up,
man.
Mr. Big Ton?
Welcome back, man.
Vandermark.
What up, Chad V?
What's up?
What's up?
So right now we're doing awards, brother, and we're talking about who was the biggest loser of 2024.
Our first of the categories.
Yeah, this is our very first one, so you came in at a good time.
Do you have anything off the top of your head as far as the biggest loser in wrestling? We had D'Lo said Tony Khan. Johnny Boston just got done talking about Vince McMahon.
Oof.
Ooh,
Yeah, I said
how can I top that?
Ric Flair.
And then Brent
Brent
said
said Jeff
Jungle
Berry.
Boy.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest, I didn't think I could top Ric Flair.
Hey,
Hmm.
I thought I did pretty good until you pulled out Vince McMahon.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you
Shorty
have
G.
a
Had to look higher up the food
Shorty
chain.
G?
Yeah, Chad Gable.
Damn.
Really?
Oh, hot take.
Wow.
I
Okay.
kind of agree with it though. I do. But
Ooh,
is there
yeah, I
is there
can
any
see
reasoning that you have specifically aside from him obviously being Shorty G for a bit?
Yeah.
Oh, Shorty G is forever.
Yeah.
Well, Cody
Yeah.
mentioned it on TV,
Oh,
so
let's
it'll,
see.
it'll live forever.
Oh yeah.
I think he needs to get over better as a heel and them jobbing him out to the Wyatt Six all the time. If they're trying to get him over as a heel, you can't do that all the time. You can't job him out.
Yeah.
Well,
And
The
they're jobbing
difference
him out.
between-
It's just like with
The difference between him and Karrion Cross, I mean,
obviously,
Yeah.
honestly, the difference. I just forgot what I was gonna say.
Karrion Cross though has the brilliance.
It's just like what they were doing
corrupting
with
everything he
Goldberg.
touches.
When Goldberg came
Yeah.
in and he messed up, he screwed up that spot with Taker at Crown Jewel. They
Mm.
wanted him to go against Braun Strowman, and Braun Strowman said no Goldberg said no because 1 minute you had Braun Strowman as a monster, and the next minute you had him jobbing out to the likes of guys like R-Truth.
yeah. Well,
You,
Jared,
you
Goldberg's
can't have it
always
both
been
ways.
a
Right.
dick about who he'll wrestle, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Braun
Pablo?
Strowman would have been a good
Politics,
choice
yeah.
for loser of the year, to be honest with you.
Well, he is
No.
on a win streak right now. He's been squashing people left and right lately.
I
Yeah,
just mean
now he has.
outside of wrestling. Anybody ever see him arm wrestle?
Oh God, he snapped someone's arm.
You ever
Yeah,
see
he-
him
he's
arm
ridiculous.
wrestle?
he
Devin
lost
Lorette?
to
Yeah.
a professional. I saw him
Yeah.
lose to a professional arm
Did you
wrestler.
see him
who
lose
was
to
much
Devin
smaller.
Lorette? That dude
No.
literally, this dude that he lost to laughed at him while
Really?
Braun Strowman was putting in everything he had. This dude laughed at him and
Did
then
Strowman
basically
Strowman whoop
told
his
him,
ass?
he told
Putting in
him,
everything he has is
No,
nasty work.
he told Braun
Yeah.
Strowman,
That's crazy.
look me in the eyes. And when Braun Strowman looked him in the eyes, he
Oh, no.
He
pinned him
slammed him.
instantly.
Oh,
Because it
man.
doesn't. It's
Slam
not
him.
a strength
Shot.
thing. It's
It's an
It's
actual.
leverage.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's leverage
The other
and
thing I was
endurance. It's
wondering is what's
angles.
the missions and thing with the
Braun
with the blue dot
Strowman and
next to
Devin
it.
Lorette. I'm telling you, man, it is worth watching.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
What is
It's
it?
unbelievable because the dude's shorter than him, and Braun Strowman came in and like shoved him and like was being a hard ass and everything, and
Mhm.
Devin Lorette just kind of took it. And then once the arm wrestling started, Devin Lorette just laughed at him.
The thing
Pablo?
about
Nice, I
most
seen
arm
that too.
wrestling is it's not like the movie Over the Top.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when Over the Top got popular, I started watching arm wrestling as a kid, and the majority of it is they lock up and the guy who's going to win just puts him down.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 9 times
like
out of
that's
10.
our
Over,
wrestler.
I used to
Braun
love
tried
that
to do.
movie when I was a kid. Over the Top.
That's exactly what Braun tried to do. He tried to just smash him right off the bat, and Devin just tightened up and laughed at him.
All right,
I-
Pablo.
Brilliant.
Who's your biggest
Ooh,
loser?
okay. Before Johnny says any more sus things online, I'm going to
Wait a
enter my
minute.
thing. This
Wait
man
a
said
minute.
smash and take, and I'm
Yeah.
about to say
I'm gonna smash the man
diabolical
down and
activity.
take him over.
Yeah, I
This
get
guy's trying to get us doxxed.
it.
So mine is a little controversial because one of my favorite wrestlers of all time is my loser of the year, and it's Carlito.
Oy vey. As a
Yeah.
Puerto Rican, oy vey, amigo.
As a Puerto Rican from the same town
Mio Dio.
as Carlos
How many
Colon.
matches did he even wrestle this year?
Exactly.
You know, he just stood
Like
around. and,
one?
Yeah,
like,
but
Yeah.
I want you to think about that. Does that make
Maybe
him a loser
two?
or a winner? Because he's cashing checks.
But
That's not true.
And
This is the
he's
thing,
not
though, right?
taking bumps.
this is the
Yeah.
thing, though, right? He went from being a jobber
Get it, dude?
to being just a figure in the background playing 2K.
A comedy.
Right.
2 months. It's been 2 months where the only thing he says is, "Oh, that's cool," or it's just like
Right.
him sitting in
Right.
the background, like nodding. Like last week, him just sitting in the background while
Yeah.
Finn was talking to
Or
Raquel
he'll
and
spit
shit
the
like that.
apple in somebody's grill.
Yeah,
Once
He
in a
is
blue moon.
he is the biggest loser in the biggest loser faction.
Yeah.
He's a bigger loser than JD because
But
JD
he's
has a
so
title.
happy.
Had.
He's had a
literally
title.
doing nothing and getting paid. Come
Yes,
on,
but think
let's
about it.
respect the
Between
hustle.
In the
between
terms of
that
wrestling.
and the
I ain't gonna lie, yeah, he did fell off. You even
between
worse
that
than
and the
this
whole thing with the him and talking about I better learn Chinese.
Yeah.
The fact that I saw
Yeah.
him lose
So, he was-
live to
Oh, they
Damian
got pissed
Priest.
about that.
They
He was
did.
playing
I don't
the dumb
understand why
guy.
that's
That
so
was
bad.
funny as hell.
That was funny as hell, but they got
Stupid.
pissed as hell about that
Yeah.
shit.
No,
And-
I get it.
and-
I know they did, but like even the
and-
tag team he said it to thought it was funny.
Right.
I know, right?
Who
Did
cares?
you see EO crack up when he said that?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It was hilarious, dude.
was.
That's
it
the
was
thing
funny
that
as hell.
hurts is because he has so much potential. He came back to WWE in order to do
Got it.
more.
Right.
And he's
Right.
like
The
worse.
reason he got re-signed is because of how good he looked in his guest appearance.
Exactly.
And he was
Yeah.
on Glow, and
Oh.
he was, he did the Bad Bunny Damian Priest match where he came out and him and Savio Vega helped. So you come from that to
Yeah.
him coming in. First of all, you make a big mistake by splitting him from Damian Priest,
Right.
and then you have no place for him, so you just have him as a side character.
And
There's no way
that's
he can't be the biggest. loser.
Exactly it. He's the one element of that faction that doesn't fit.
Yes.
Right.
The
Well,
one element-
honestly,
he's the one
that whole
element of
faction
that
doesn't fit
faction that has
anymore.
been
No, it doesn't.
absolutely
You're right.
That whole faction.
useless.
I don't think that. I think that faction sucks.
Remember how cohesive
That's
Judgment
fine.
Day used to be?
But
Yeah.
All
Carlito
wore
doesn't.
like the same colors.
Carlito doesn't fit.
The
He's
black
like
and the
he's the
purple.
outlier in that
Yeah.
group, meaning he'll be the next one to go. He'll be looking for someone to help him feud with them. And who's
So then
going to
he's
help
gonna
push
go
him
to
to the
Damian or
absolute
Rhea.
moon if it's not Damian Priest?
I
He
think
should've been
Raquel
with
and Liv
Damian.
are about to leave.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
because
so,
of that
too.
whole
Yeah.
Did
For
you
sure.
see?
All right, so-
Did you see on Did you see on Monday night when Raquel was pissed?
I saw that Raquel was in a denim freaking outfit when everybody else was wearing black.
Yeah,
It was weird. Yeah,
So-
it didn't look good at
Yeah.
all.
that was
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
But
I'm done
Raquel
with
was pissed.
I'm done with the
Raquel
pretty
Judgment
hot,
Day.
but-
pissed at Finn Balor.
Kel's
All right.
looking
Yeah, that's
good,
kind of
though.
the theme now. Everybody gets pissed at Finn
Yeah.
Balor
So
because he's a freaking.
I mean, I don't know why, but
Yeah.
everybody seems to lay off of Dom and start getting pissed at Finn.
all right,
Well,
so-
because Dom helps now, and
Yeah.
Finn just tries to boss everybody around. Like it's the
Yeah.
new dynamic.
all right, guys. So
When you listen to Finn, you win.
That's good shit.
So who's going to take home our biggest loser award?
Dave,
D'Lo is watching something else.
What did I
D'Lo?
miss?
He's gone. He's
I know,
watching something
right?
on TV, I think.
Y'all watching college football.
Oh, okay.
The kicker doinked at the end of the game, at the end of the half, and they going to overtime.
Is that the Texas game?
Ball is did
Yeah,
Yo, don't
Texas,
be telling me
Arizona
nothing. That shit
State.
is
Yo,
on the
doinked
DVR.
it. Yo, Arizona State came back.
Can't trust a
I'm-
college kicker.
No, you can't.
Damn. And he
All
doinked
right,
it
so-
to the left. He was on the right
So, yeah.
side, and it went all the way to the left upright, and it doinked off to the left side.
All right.
Hey.
That's
So
crazy.
should we agree on who we think is the biggest loser between the 6 that we have?
I mean, I say
I could
Vince.
agree with Vince.
I'm
'cause
going
he
with
did
Vince.
just disappear.
I'll go with Vince.
I'll go with Vince.
The
good
biggest
with
of
that.
all of those losers.
I
And
hate
there's
voting. I
there's
hate
more-
voting for my own option,
there's
man,
more
but
L's.
I gotta go with Vince, man. That dude sucks.
Yeah.
he took more L's than a
He took more L's than the
Lunch
Wizards
cipher.
this year. He took more L's than the Wizards. Let's just say
Oh,
that.
that's bad. Oof. That's
Took
bad.
more L's than the Kings.
Nah,
Hey,
the
now.
Wizards are worse. The Wizards are worse. The Kings at least
Yeah,
were
the Kings
playing
have
competition. The
are
Wizards,
almost at 500. Yeah.
Okay, the King. All right. How
The Kings
about
just got
they got five. They just fired their coach, which pissed me off, Mike Brown. But
Yeah.
outside of that, they doing,
That was-
they
Who'd they
doing like
Sacramento Kings are the
Sorry,
biggest
Shannon.
losers because firing Mike Brown, considering that Mike Brown is not the problem.
I give you
Right.
a quarter agree on that one. I give you
right.
a
The
quarter
problem
agree.
is they got
They
DeMar
stupid.
DeRozan and some
Right.
other new players who were
The-
supposed to be
they
good.
took
Yeah.
Supposed to
Yeah.
elevate them, and instead they're just a mid-level team. Like
They compact
Vince
themselves by getting
McMahon.
DeRozan. I ain't think it was going to hurt
Vince
him like
McMahon
that.
took more L's than the
Compact
Chicago White Sox.
Ah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
goodness,
yeah,
that's
true,
bad.
true, true.
That's bad.
They
got the record.
Man,
You know what's funny? Vince McMahon is still less of a loser this year than Drake.
hey now,
Oh shit! Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or
But
Diddy.
with that
Or
said,
Diddy.
though, we
Or
have to get
We're
to
looking
our
at the
next one.
biggest loser in pop culture.
did he?
Biggest loser in
Diddy.
like
Yeah, Diddy on that one. Diddy
Oh,
got
no.
that one.
oh,
Ain't no
no.
boy like
Alright,
Diddy.
so we all
You know that.
Vince McMahon is our
Meek
big
Mill
winner,
is the biggest loser of the year.
award.
Yeah, yeah.
Meek
Vince
Mill
McMahon,
is the
definitely.
biggest loser of the year.
Unanimously.
Yeah.
What's
All
wrong?
right, so
All right.
next category:
I said Vic.
biggest scandal
Oh
of the
shit.
year.
Mm.
Well,
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 in
Brent, what are you thinking, brother?
Well, here's what I put down. I put Drew McIntyre stealing CM Punk's bracelet.
Oh Lord!
oh my god,
That's ridiculous.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man. When CM Punk got it back, it was pretty funny.
it was.
Sam, man.
Because Drew McIntyre had it wrapped around his nuts, and then
Yeah,
yeah, that was
and then
crazy.
CM Punk kissed it.
he's like,
Now you're on the
"Joke's
trolley."
on you.
I
He's like,
remember.
"Yeah,
I just
dude."
remember that as soon as you said that. My goodness, that was bad. He kissed the.
Yeah.
You're
He kissed it, dude. Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah,
Drew was
bad
using it
business.
as a cock ring, and he fucking kisses it, and I was like, "What the heck?
Yeah, dude.
What is life?"
Yeah,
He's like, oh, this matters more to me than Yeah.
it's the biggest scandal.
I get that one.
So even though it didn't necessarily start this year, it's continuing on, and
Oh, damn.
they're actually pushing for arbitration. So I'm going to go with the Vince McMahon thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Pretty-
go with Vince.
Yeah.
Vince for the scandal.
Yeah,
Vince for
Yeah.
the win.
Vince
I'm
for
going
the
with-
win.
I am
He
winner.
has a clean sweep on there. I was gonna say there's a few other things though. There was a few
Yeah.
other things that like
Hey,
biggest scandal.
Dude, he
Jacob
gave
Fatu was
some
up
chick
there.
a Canadian top hat.
Yeah,
How is there
Jacob
a bigger
Fatu.
scandal?
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu I had on there because
Oh,
you
the
know
Jacob
that's
Fatu
a-
thing. Yeah.
Now,
Even though that was a few years back, I mean, it just came out because he's.
Matt
Yeah.
Riddle. Matt Riddle did it too
Oh,
Yeah.
recently.
Oh wait,
That
5-2 for what?
sucks.
For what thing though?
Oh, for the scamming the charity in
Oh,
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
The cancer kids, dude. He scammed cancer
What?
Oh yeah, I knew that, but there's
Mhm.
also
Yeah.
some other
Damn,
stuff
man.
with him.
So did both
Yeah,
the
taking-
DiBiase's.
kids. Taking money from cancer kids is not dope.
No, it's
Ooh.
not.
Ted DiBiase.
Ted DiBiase,
That
senior
dad.
and junior, both did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So clean sweep on that one.
Vince.
I'm going
Yeah.
with Vince, so
Vince
Damn,
still.
Vince,
Yeah.
Vince is cleaning
Vince,
up.
Vince
That's the
loses.
last. That's the last award Vince is going to get in his life. Thank goodness.
Oh man.
Breakout star of the year, male and female.
In
Hmm.
which one?
WWE.
Breakout.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, why don't? Okay, so I have to work tonight, and I can't be on here like for 100,000 years. So why don't we just do it promotionally? You know what I mean? Like,
I think all over breakout.
Yeah,
I think.
instead of doing like, I mean, we can do superstar of the year for every company, but doing a
Yeah.
category for every single company.
No,
I think
we're
we
not
should
doing. We're not doing category for every company.
Yeah, let's just do breakout star of the year for everybody.
For everybody, yeah, we'll just do
Yeah.
like overall because
Okay.
at this point
Yeah.
all of them are intertwined in some way.
Okay.
Right.
Works,
We're thinking
Right.
about
works
it.
for me. Let's do it.
Brent,
Okay. What
do
you
you
got,
thinking?
brother?
What do I got? I got Lyra Valkyria and Braun Breaker.
Okay.
Well, Lyra
Braun's
did
a good
win
one for
so
sure.
it looks
Braun's
like she's going to
definitely
be
a
the
good one.
Intercontinental champion, the women's Intercontinental. So
And me and Keith called that. It's going to be
Wow,
Dakota
no.
and Lyra.
Oh, I said Lyra as soon as I heard she was in it.
Yeah.
It just
I
has it
picked
written on
Dakota
her.
just because, you know.
Same thing with Chelsea Green. Just has it
Yep.
mid card women's title has it written on them.
We called that too.
Mhm.
Chelsea winning.
Okay. Lyra Valkyria is your and it's and Braun Breaker and
Yeah.
Braun Breaker. So a double.
Yep.
Okay.
Valid. I see.
That's a valid salad. All right.
That's valid. Hey, valid salad. That's tough.
Valid salad is a crazy statement.
All right, for my breakout superstar, I got Miss Parker, Miss Jada Parker. We never knew her name before this year, and Miss Parker.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she put her name on the map in more
When you
ways.
gonna let me?
She's good.
And
She's
she said
real
the
great.
N-word
I
on
love her.
national freaking television. So
Yeah.
As
she's
you
real
should,
good.
Queen.
Right, and then she's gotta get experience, of course. Time, that's time. She's gonna get that. And then for the dudes, I would say Trick Williams. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Trick
Hey,
Williams. He broke out.
okay.
He
Okay.
came from underneath Mellow Shadow as like being as like
Yeah.
the laggy or the bustle,
He
that
definitely
stuff. And he broke
legitimized
out,
himself this year for sure.
proved himself
Yeah.
as a worthy
Had some
champ,
great matches. He can talk.
You know,
Got over with the
very
crowd.
charismatic, all that stuff. Whoop
Yeah.
Nine
Yeah.
Trick, all that stuff. So I'll give them two.
Yeah.
I'll give them the breakout stars of the year. Mm.
All right. Well, I've got despite the fact that the man is always trying to keep her down,
Mhm.
every single time she gets on TV, she's a star.
Oh,
Okay.
you're talking about Ren, aren't you?
Of course, I'm talking about Ren
He's
Sinclair.
not wrong.
You already
Yeah.
know
Of
it.
course, I'm talking about Ren Sinclair. The most entertaining thing on the most entertaining wrestling program
She is a
on
person.
TV.
How dare you? No, okay. All right, so
most entertaining, yeah. So, and then for Ben, Braun Breaker. Like, I think that's pretty. To me, Braun Breaker seems like a no-brainer, but
Yeah.
the guy got called up and killed it.
Mhm.
Just
Future
killed
world
it. Like,
champion. Future world
yeah,
champion.
didn't miss a step. Like usually people come up from NXT and they've got to get their footing a little bit, man. He just got there and just exploded. So
Pause.
yeah.
That's crazy. Pause.
saying somebody
it's amazing
explode
what
is
happens when
wild.
Vince isn't there to cock block your push on Monday Night Raw.
I know, right?
Mhm.
Well, Vince never believed in NXT, so he didn't really care what happened with anybody down there.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
biggest loser.
He used to pretend NXT never existed and we were supposed to just learn who they were.
Right. Stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, look at Tyler Breeze, man. That guy could have been the next Shawn Michaels. I'm
Agreed.
still upset about what happened with Tyler Breeze when he got called up.
I'm upset
He was
that
behind the
Fandango
scenes.
weren't the new Rockers like they could have been.
He was there recently too.
In TNA, he was recently seen backstage with Baron Corbin.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
this past weekend actually, it's
Yeah.
some streaming event or something.
Yeah.
Because I want him to do more, maybe with Fandango or maybe just by himself.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Sure.
So I just want to I didn't mean to interrupt you, Keith, but I just wanted to figure.
Oh no, I'm
who said
done.
what.
That was it.
Okay.
That was good.
So Brent, you said Lyra and Braun
Braun.
Breaker, and then Keith, you said Ren and Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
And then D'Lo, you said
Said
Jada.
Trick and Jada. Yeah.
And Trick. Okay, I like those. Chad, you're on top on the screen, so what do you think?
Men, definitely Braun.
Mhm.
Women,
Chad doesn't watch women's wrestling, so he doesn't care.
Man,
Okay,
not for the visuals. That's great.
you could.
I mean, one time I got a bit too up close and personal when I was at a show.
We remember this, yeah. We remember this. So there's
I got scared.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Right on, brother.
let's see. Women, I would have to say I'd go with Kyria as well.
Yeah.
Okay, Lyra Valkyria.
Well,
Yeah,
she was
that- yeah,
NXT
her too.
champion, and she had a pretty good run, and you
Yeah.
know she
She's
she
still
did it the
doing
right
good.
way.
And it'd either be her or Chelsea because I mean even though I knew she was gonna win,
Mhm.
you know,
it's about time.
it was for the shock value.
Chelsea
Yeah.
was a good one because she really made herself viable.
She really did.
And put herself over.
She kind of reminded me of Kurt Hawkins when Kurt Hawkins was losing all those matches and he was like 0-200.
hmm Yeah, and he like
Right.
publicized
Yeah.
it, all of that. Funny thing is that Chelsea Green. What happened to Chelsea Green is kind of what I was hoping would happen with Carlito, where like he would earn his stripes from being that funny character that people like to see, and then like people would go get behind him and actually give him a.
The difference
chance to be
is
champion.
Chelsea got. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Pablo. But the difference is Chelsea got a spotlight, you know, and she got to actually wrestle.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Chelsea Green in the ring is money. Like that girl can make anybody look good, you know, and she can still she doesn't sacrifice herself. You know, she still does the things that she does well, even while she's making someone else look good. And I'm not saying Carlito can't do that, but he didn't get the chance.
No,
Oh,
he's
he did.
been wedged into this comedy position that she wasn't forced into.
Which brings us to Johnny. Johnny, what's your picks?
My picks, I'm gonna go a little bit outside the box. Ha ha ha! Who saw that coming? You know, it's really hard to nail down a male breakout superstar of the year, man. But I believe in Joe Hendry.
Speaking of believe, no one said that guy.
Yeah.
Well, because I couldn't use somebody twice.
I absolutely got to say, Joe Hendry is probably my breakout star of the year as far as males. That dude has been everywhere.
Yeah.
WCPW legend Joe Hendry.
Yes, indeed.
And to again, kind of outside it's outside the box, but hear me out. Seeing Rosemary on NXT,
okay,
I thought was such a great opportunity for people that don't get to watch TNA all the time.
Right.
To see something different, see someone they might not often see. So despite being a kind of weird one, there's my breakout star of the year because she did step outside of the box she's been in for a long time.
Yeah,
And
Rosemary's been good forever.
Absolutely.
Back when she was Courtney Rush, even, you know, she's been.
I watched the transition
good forever.
Rush to Rosemary.
Rosemary's always been good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So
all right, so I think I'm the only one left, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's funny how all of you got it wrong.
Hey,
You got the wrong Braun.
There we go.
Braun Strowman.
Bronson Reed.
Oh, okay.
Hey, now.
It's Jonah Rock. It has to be it's Tiffy and Bronson Reed.
Oh, okay.
Those
See, I would
guys
say
are-
Tiffy if she didn't stumble so damn much. Like, there's
I
so.
didn't break his
Why are
ankle
you trying to
off
make
the
it look
top,
stupid?
on top of the cage, but yeah, sure.
But the fact that Bronson took himself from being seen as just one of the guys there to beating up Seth Rollins to beating up Braun Strowman to making him look like proving me wrong because I didn't think that there was much.
I was there when he did the splash with Seth.
Yeah.
Thing is, though, I think Tiffy, because she did everything she needed to do in NXT and came up the way she did, Money in the Bank winner. She's fun to watch. She has a better BME than Christopher Daniels.
Yeah. Well, hey, hold on.
Settle down.
Yeah,
Wait,
I wouldn't go that far.
So you're saying the one that she did, the last match she had, where she flattened Michin, that you're not telling me that was a beautiful PME? Pretty
I'm
smooth
saying
side?
I love.
She lands on him well.
Tiffy's-
Christopher Daniels,
yeah.
like sometimes she'll miss a little bit, but like
Right.
most of the times, like she gets solid contact.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
I mean, she
considering
has a
that she's
gymnastics
new,
background. And,
Sabu walked so Christopher Daniels could run.
but considering that she's really new,
Yeah.
and
Fair.
like to business entirely,
yeah, fair.
Agreed.
I've got to give it to her because this is like she's a breakout star because this is her first full year.
That's very good too. Absolutely.
And then Bronson Reed making himself look like a superstar. So that's my
And at
Brian,
that, he
I
did
would-
a damn good job of it, man. It sucks that he's
Yeah, I was
hurt.
waiting for
He did a
Bronson Reed to
damn
do something like.
Yeah, I've been waiting too.
Yeah.
He finally did. So, all right.
So, what are we going to get a consensus on this one? This is
I will
Hey,
fight
this
tooth and
looks-
nail.
Yeah.
Oh, trick.
We might not get a consensus on this one.
No, we might not.
I think we can
Nobody
leave it
got
at that.
2-3 names.
Yeah.
Actually,
a guy named Braun and
Actually, I kind of like Pablo's choices.
Yeah, I lean toward
I'm
Pablo.
not budging on Red though, man. So
Man,
I
I'm
like
telling
Ro-
you, man, Tiffy was NXT champion.
Braun Breaker is the best star of the year.
Look, vote
Hands
for
down.
whoever you want. Just don't vote against Rosemary. That's all.
Goes-
Braun Breaker was the best breakout star of this year.
I mean, Joe
Hands
Hendry's
down.
I think
tough,
Joe
too,
Hendry
though.
was bigger.
He's done a lot.
Yeah.
Braun does
Joe
not do
Hendry's
much
tough,
outside
man.
of the ring. He does not do much
Yeah.
aside from like he's doing
Trick
better
dude,
promos and
man.
stuff, and he's
The
funny.
club.
But like Joe
Joe
Hendry's
Hendry was all over the
line.
world.
Reed made it to
Yeah.
the main event.
And then the same thing with Bronson when he was Jonah Rock and he fought Jacob Fatu in MLW. He was a monster.
Yeah.
And then he went over
Agreed.
to New Japan and fought in the G1.
Yeah.
I'm like, the guy literally made himself into a box star.
Made
hit.
himself
Like he's,
undeniable, which is every wrestler's goal.
and the
Yeah.
reason why I picked him is because I was the biggest detractor where I was like, I don't see what they're seeing in him. But now
Bronson
I,
Reed?
You know?
yeah, I
always
never
liked
saw what
him.
he's seeing in him. I
Bronson
never,
Reed's always been good.
That's how
An
it was.
I never
athletic,
thought
an
he was.
athletic,
With Roman Reigns.
an athletic monster is always impressive to me. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Mhm.
So
Goes
that's
back to
Bronson
Bam
Reed
Bam
and
Bigelow for
Braun
me,
Breaker,
Here's the
honestly.
reason-
So.
okay,
always
Here's the reason you
equal for me.
can't let Bronson Reed win it.
Okay.
He fucked up whenever he jumped off top rope. He's accident prone. Braun,
It
So
happened
was
one time,
Edge.
brother.
Braun Breaker
Edge
has
broke
been
his
healthy.
leg. At the same time, you take those risks
up.
when you're Bronson Reed and you're the smallest person
Yeah.
Accident prone
in the
is
match.
only a negative
As far
if
as
you hurt
like,
your opponent.
Accident prone versus a guy who came in from a development company and took the ball and ran with it.
You can't hold
And hasn't been
accident
hurt.
prone against him if he didn't hurt anyone
if you're
else.
talking about accident
Right.
prone, Braun Breaker lost his same title 3 times because of accidents. He
Yeah.
ran. He speared the wall. The
the
man
How
lost to
can you
Jimmy.
do that?
The man lost to Sammy.
Mm.
Like, and I said it when it happened that nothing would have happened because
Sammy
like, his
Sammy
star
beat
is so big.
Gunther. If we want to talk about that, Sammy beat Gunther.
Because it had to be a story where Gunther had to make himself look human. Like it had to happen.
And now he's back to business. Yeah, that's fair.
Exactly. So it was like
Sure.
it came in storyline wise, it made sense, and it
And
made
now-
sense for Sammy because it
Now
made him look
apparently
like the
Punk is
underdog.
going to
again.
beat Gunther at Mania for the belt.
Hold on now, Joe Hendry.
Say his name and he'll appear. All right, so we're not going to get a consensus on that, and I'm fine.
Yeah.
Joe?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to say Joe Hendry, but I'm not budging on Red Sinclair. Like,
I'm not willing to say
I'm not
Joe
budging on this Parkin shit.
I'm big on my Tiffy love because maybe
Okay.
call me a homer because I'm in Minnesota. Shout out to my Minnesota natives here, but
There's other awards that I have Tiffany Stratton winning,
Mhm.
but this isn't one of them.
to be given the Money in the Bank as soon as you get up.
I mean, it's dope.
I
Says
definitely have to acquiesce on Bronson Reed being better than my choice, but I'll fight you all over Rosemary.
Well, I do like what she did. Like she was one of those.
I mean, I could.
I liked her and Wendy Chu. I liked her.
Yeah,
against,
yeah,
Jordan
that
Grace.
was
Everything
cool.
they did was
Yeah, that was
good.
really
Like I
good.
don't know why they
Yeah.
stopped.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do.
All right.
You said Bronson Reed.
You being me? Yeah.
Okay, and Keith said Braun Breaker. Chad
Right.
said Braun Breaker. I said Braun Breaker.
Oh, we're going majority rules.
So that means it's Lyra Valkyria and Braun Breaker.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
I can't
yeah, if
argue
we're
with
going despite who voted for who, then yeah.
Numbers.
it.
But it's Red Sinclair.
I couldn't agree more, Keith. It's
I love
definitely
Red. Don't
Rosemary.
get me wrong. I got to win in other stuff.
Funny
right,
thing.
what
The
do we
funny
got?
thing is we're all wrong
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's really Jacob.
Oh, Fatu. Oh my God.
It's really
It's
Jacob
unbreakable.
Fatu if we're really
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about
Not
it.
even lying, dude.
Because he
That's a
went
good
from
point.
nobody knowing him at all
Right.
to being literally the boogeyman in WWE.
But
Right.
you could also argue with Matt Cardona all day long with it.
Well, he was
You
bigger.
could-
He was big last year as well, but he just gained that much more this year. So
Right.
I wouldn't be mad at it, but you can go so many
Carson
different ways
Drake.
with this.
Carson
Drake is a big
yeah,
one too.
He's another
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
Tom Latimer.
Yeah.
I thought the MSK
I've got
were
him
gonna break out this year when they got back together and not feud with each other.
Oh, that's another guy, Wes Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah, another one.
Lots
Okay,
of people had
so-
big years, man. But
Nobody said Oba.
yeah,
Oh,
Oba
Oba
too.
too,
Yeah,
yeah,
I thought
good
about
one.
Oba.
Oh, did
Oh,
you guys
because
hear
I had-
Omos's new name?
What is? in New Japan, he just won the
Omos.
tag titles.
He just won a
Omos
for
tag
Mania
him,
team.
coming
dude.
soon.
Good for him.
Omos Mania coming soon.
He's like the super mega
To a
weight now,
theater
or
near
something
you.
like that.
All right.
Dude,
Well, the
I like it.
ultra mega weight, I think, is what they call what he's calling himself.
nice.
Most
That's a
Man,
name that only works in Japan.
Well, let's go to
Yeah.
Brent. What was it? What
He
were you
should
gonna
just call himself Godzilla. But yeah.
say? That's crazy.
And if you're 7'7", I guess it works too.
most improved of the year.
I'm going to
I've
fight
got-
tooth and nail for this one.
I've got
Oh.
Dominic Mysterio.
Oh hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Look, actually,
I'll go with Dominic
Listen,
too.
And I got to get an argument for it because I used to not think that he was good at all.
Mm.
I bagged on him all the time. I thought he was horrible.
okay.
But now, a year later after I said those things, I'm eating my words. The guy, he can literally go in and win any championship.
That's
right
because he grew his friggin' goatee in, and we realized he was Eddie's kid.
now. Exactly right. Exactly right.
Yes, you know it, bro.
You know it.
Who's your pappy?
That followed in, and there was no question.
And I say Dominic Mysterio is most improved over the past year.
Yeah, I can get with that.
It's a good choice.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good choice. I'll stay into Judgment Day. Not gonna lie, Damian Priest. I never thought he would be
Interesting.
the main event
Okay.
guy.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give it
I
to
never
you.
thought he'd be the main event guy. I
You
thought he
know,
would be
man,
taking his like
I'm not gonna
tag
lie,
team,
dude.
those enforcer type.
Right.
When I met that cat, he was scary.
Yeah.
When he was
What-
Punishment Martina.
When I met
yeah.
him, he was Punishment Martinez, and he was effing
Which is a
terrifying. all right?
terrible freaking name.
He was
Yes, it was.
terrifying.
That
And
sounds
Also,
I'm
wasn't
so
really
freaking
that
name.
good in ROH.
I'm
If
talking.
I'm being
I
honest.
met him
Yeah.
in a behind the scenes capacity,
Mhm.
and I don't get scared of anything on this
That
friggin'
ain't
earth.
no quick.
And that dude had me looking over my shoulder to make sure he wasn't behind me. All right.
Right.
Wicked cool dude, though. I met him at the
Yes.
Monster Factory,
Nice.
but I'll be honest with you. I didn't expect him to do any of the cool shit he's done in the last 3 or 4 years. And
Yeah,
that dude
fair.
has done so much.
He's
From
headlined
the-
pay-per-views. You know what
from
I
the
mean? Like, who saw that
celebrity
coming?
match-
Yeah.
from
Who
the
saw
celebrity
Punishment
matches at
Martinez?
WrestleMania with Bad Bunny?
Mhm.
Yeah.
From
Right.
going through, pissing through
That was
NXT as Damian Archer and then resurfacing as Damian Priest in
Yeah.
WWE to, leading the Jesus Christ, I forgot their name. Leading those guys to leaving those guys to everything he's done.
Judgment Day, yeah.
He's been a major fixture at WrestleMania for the last 3 or 4 years.
Right.
Yeah, fair.
And it's unbelievable to see
And it
how much I knew the dude was money when I met him. I never realized how goddamn good he would become.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to me, for a lot of reasons, I kind of got to agree with that, man. Like most improved over the year, yeah, and then some.
Okay.
Yeah, that Street Fight, that sold me on that. That made me a whole fan because I kind of rocked in NXT. It was cool, it was alright, but then he had a little series with the US side. He was alright, but then that Street Fight that sold me with him. I was like, okay, he's legit. And then prior to that, he won Money in the Bank conveniently. So
yeah,
DP definitely.
All right, so Damian Priest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't.
All
Dad?
rise.
I respect.
And his song was played. I was hooping somewhere, and his song was played alongside with Cody Rhodes. I was like, okay.
For some reason,
So,
Spotify
yeah.
always plays Def Rebel.
Really?
I don't even know who that is.
They do some songs for WWE. Used to back in the day.
Okay. Is that a band? Is Def Rebel a band?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like they're constantly like whenever they're popping up music for me, they play Def Rebel, and I'm like, who is this? But there's always wrestling songs. So
Yeah, it's a little thing.
Chad.
I was gonna say, Damien.
you going with Damien too? Right on.
Yeah. Okay.
For all the reasons that everybody said already.
I believe.
I just
Okay,
think,
well,
I
what do you
just
got,
think
brother?
he's gotten better.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
He
Definitely.
has. He's
He
better
really
on the
has.
mic. He's better in the ring.
Yeah.
And I think, and honestly, I mean, I'm sitting here trying to figure out. I'm sitting here thinking, what's more important, him trying to get back at Judgment Day or him keeping the belt against Gunther?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
You gotta get.
That's the cool thing about the whole thing that they're doing. It's like Finn is going to be like, oh, which one do I want more, my revenge or the title?
Yeah.
Title.
That's what it's kind of seeming for both
And
of them.
that's
Because
why
Damon's the same way.
That's why I'm enjoying having Paul Heyman doing as much as he is for stories. He knows how to do multi-layered storylines.
Yeah.
Like that.
Right. Which is always the best thing.
A year from now, we're going to be looking at what's going on and going, "Holy crap!
Dude,
I can't
and
believe all the
when I
options
was-
that brought us here." Like,
Yeah. When I was booking, I always used to try to do throwback stuff. If there were people on my roster who had an interaction 5 years ago, I would call back to it. And wrestling fans eat that stuff up.
They do.
oh,
Yeah,
like,
I think a lot of bookers in the
We love
past
it.
didn't understand
that's
that.
the most rewarding thing for a loyal
Yeah.
wrestling
Yeah,
fan.
we love
People-
it. We go gaga
People
for it.
in the back used to come up to me and be like, "Why are you doing this? No one's going to remember what happened 5 years ago." And I'm like, "I guarantee you."
Because the
That
people
they
that
are.
do,
You will
it'll be
remember.
worth it.
Heartbreak
Yeah.
City.
All right, Pablo.
My turn?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Liv.
Okay, I can look at that. ride
Liv
that for
went
the
from
team.
being like somebody that I couldn't take seriously in the ring at all just because she's like dainty, but also like I just see her as like some little girl.
Yeah.
Not only does she win the championship and still have it, but like she won the Crown Jewel championship as well.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
and all of our what we've said, like I was thinking Chelsea Green at first. I was thinking
Right.
like Ludwig.
Another good one.
Because he went from being like a side character to like
Honestly, I
actually being
thought about
intercontinental.
Ludwig myself.
Yeah.
From a
Not a bad
tag
one,
team
but I think it has to be Liv
Thank
because
you.
she has the hardware to show for it. She's also kind of a leader of a faction now.
The
Right.
power of Judgment Day.
Well,
Yeah,
The
the
reason-
branch
we
of the
always
Judgment Day.
Judgment
Yeah,
Day.
the queen of
Yeah.
Judgment Day, yeah.
Judgment Day's on fire.
But she's pretty much had everything. Also, Crown Jewel shows that they're just giving her the rock and is like, here.
Yeah.
I think we all have really good answers, but I think it's got to be
Absolutely.
Liv because she made herself look like a superstar, and
And-
right now she
and-
is.
And actually, Dominic wasn't the only one arrested in that and incarcerated. Liv Morgan too was
The
Yeah,
mean streets of San Diego.
Dom did hard time though, all right?
Yeah,
That's
Dom
how they
did
got
hard time.
hard
together.
time.
I understand it now.
He asked
That's how
for
they got
a Mercedes and he got a BMW.
yeah.
What a meanie.
Y'all don't understand.
It was tough out here. I had my own room, but my sister was across the room.
All right.
My sister was across the hallway. I didn't even have my own. That was funny.
I didn't even have my own hallway.
Jeez.
All right. So
He does.
who's taking home most approved?
Oh,
Well, I think I'm gonna put in my 2 cents first, and then we're gonna do that. Is that okay with you?
Oh, you didn't have. Oh, you didn't. say
I thought you
yours?
picked Damian Priest.
I was just agreeing with y'all, and it's even.
Oh, okay.
I almost switched my voice or my vote to Damian Priest because I almost talked my damn self into it. But
you big up about these.
no, I'll be real with you guys, man. Breakout superstar for the year for me is Bo Dallas.
Oh man, really?
No,
Interesting.
Well, this
A
is
guy
most
that's had
improved.
one
Most
wrestling
improved.
match.
Or, sorry,
I was
most
there his
improved.
debut. I was there his debut.
Because
so-
a year ago, nobody was mentioning him except in R.I.P. Bray posts.
you're right.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. I'll.
Now look where he is. Now look at what the most anticipated thing of the night is. It's waiting for the lights to go out.
The thing that hurts though is that the man is 0-1.
That's
Yeah.
all right.
One
He's still
and
improved
one.
so much
He's
on
1-1.
promos that I don't care if he's 0-10, 0-100.
Fair. Yeah. Wrestling.
He's improved
Wins and
so
losses
much
don't
in
always matter.
aura, in
Right.
promos, in Jesus, the faction he's got around him now.
And he's more like Bray Wyatt every time he comes out, man.
Yeah, in the most amazing way.
Yeah.
In the most amazing way. So there's my most improved of the year right there.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Reasonable.
Out of box.
All right.
Not a bad pick.
So, are we gonna hit a consensus, or are we just gonna?
Dominic Mysterio.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
sticking with
saying
Liv.
Damian Priest.
But I think Liv and Damian Priest are also Really
Definitely
good
Yeah.
picks.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
as much as I like Bo Dallas, I'll gladly vote for Damian Priest because
Yeah, that's tough,
dude
man.
is
Let's go.
the
Let's go,
man.
As
Damian
far as
Priest.
in the ring, I think Damian Priest and Liv have both improved more than
Agreed.
Dominic.
I could
Agreed.
agree with Damien because he has the most wins.
Yeah.
And he was world
Are
champion.
you
Right.
keeping win-loss
world
records in a score handled by a pen?
Hey now.
No, well, it's just that I'm going off of the fact that how were you in 2023? He was a habitual loser.
Yeah. Right, fair.
Right.
And then he
So,
became
but-
And
literally
Liv has held the title before, even though, you know, this is obviously a more
It
meaningful
didn't
title
seem to
reign.
mean
well, because
much
back then
before,
she
Yeah.
Money in the Banked it, and she also didn't feel like real.
She the only one that beat
Didn't
Rousey
feel like it
twice.
mattered.
She's the
Yeah.
only one that beat Rousey twice.
Dom took
Yeah,
a lot of
that's
L's in 2023.
Only one.
But she beat her by accident, remember?
Right. So if we're looking for improvements, then Damian Priest would be the most improved.
Yeah.
Yes, I think. Yeah,
You
I
know?
think he's more
If
improved.
we're looking at
than,
what everybody else did in the past,
Go, Damian.
comparatively,
Well, because he never won a title, like
Yeah.
a meaningful title. So yeah.
and worked in main events, and, you know, like he's really. I'm cool with Damian Priest doing
Yeah.
The
winning
only
it.
thing that
Good.
takes that from me, is that like I didn't think Damien Priest was because one, the way he won it wasn't
Right,
like
another
an
Money in the
earning,
Bank
it wasn't
thing.
like- yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
No, it was spectacular.
But he legitimized
No,
it.
no, it was,
You know what
it
I
was
mean?
good though. It was a good
Yeah.
because the WrestleMania
Hey,
moment.
Stan.
But remember, it was almost a side piece to that
Right. It was
Drew
part of a
McIntyre.
much bigger picture. Yeah, with
Right.
Punk and
Agreed,
Yeah.
but it
True.
was a side piece to that, but it was also a beautiful
was
further
a beautiful
catalyst
moment.
for those two to hate each other,
Right.
and for
Yeah.
Priest to just sneak out with the gold while those two are still feuding.
Right.
It's
It
almost
was.
like
I mean,
comedically villainous. Even
It was
though
very
he's a
good,
babyface.
and when it
Yeah.
happened live, it was absolutely just wonderful to see. But
right.
I can agree on Damien Priest.
All right.
I've-
So DP
All right, cool.
wins our most improved.
Wicked Tessa.
Hey, now.
All right. So my favorite one is this one right here. Least improved
Yeah.
wrestler of the year.
Oh, Lord.
Ready
Funny.
for it?
Too many to count.
Oh, Lord.
No. There's only
Little
one
bit.
man that can have this honor,
Mm.
and that guy, formerly known as Top Dollar,
Top Dollar.
AJ Francis.
Oh,
Mm.
AJ Francini.
Damn. That's crazy.
AJ Francini.
Money,
Crazy
money.
stuff.
Yeah, that
Oh,
money.
man.
Yeah.
Man.
So,
First class with that onesie, with that money onesie. Oh my god, he looks so bad.
You ain't wrong. All right.
not yet,
There's
baby.
this
We're getting there.
honor only should be bestowed to AJ Francis. He is terrible.
You're
All
wrong.
right. So, I was going to say Nia
No.
Jax until you said AJ Francini. Because Nia Jax has improved, but she hasn't improved enough.
He still sucks.
But AJ,
She still
AJ
improved
has
more
digressed.
than AJ though.
if he's AJ has digressed if he's done
Yeah.
anything. I mean, the guy wrestled one of the best wrestlers in the world and had like a serviceable match.
He had a
Like, if
half
you're having a-
star match, not even a
Yeah.
quarter.
If you're having like a quarter star match with Nick Nemeth, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go with AJ Francini as well, man.
I'll do that too.
Yeah.
Nick Nemeth
Funny.
couldn't jump high enough to make his chokeslam look good. And Dolph got a better vertical than I do singing "Jump Around." And I just realized I have a really high vertical when I was doing that yesterday.
That song is
Man.
so bad.
I was like jumping
What?
over people.
That song's the worst
House
thing to
Pain,
happen
man.
to the Irish since the potato famine. What do you mean, what?
Oh, I love House of Pain, dude.
Worse than proper 12?
Ugh.
Love House of Pain.
Oh man. House
Remember,
of Pain, I
speaking-
like it.
Speaking of the wrestling connection with House of Pain, you remember when
I
they
do.
made a video for headhunting
Mhm.
with ECW wrestlers? That was pretty
I
dope.
remember that. That
That
was
I remember that.
Shout out to
still
Mm.
can't stand Jump Around.
That's such a good song, man.
it's
It
gimmicky,
is
but
a
I
good
get it.
song.
It's
Back it
just
up,
fun.
back it in. Let me
If you
begin.
did.
If
I
you
can't
doubt
win,
it,
battle me.
well,
That's a
that's
sin. It's freaking great.
He got bars, man. He's got bars. Tell me
Yeah.
Oh,
that's come on.
You ever listen to Forever Everlasting? It's a really good album, dude. For like old school, early '90s hip hop, it's
Dude,
really
have you
good.
guys ever heard of a band
Oddball.
called Blood for Blood?
Chill out, dude.
Wait, Keith, we're gonna have to save this for our rap podcast.
Okay,
So
yeah.
We
let's,
do need to do a freaking rap podcast,
We're
man.
veering
I'd be
off.
down.
Good lord.
All right.
I have a pedigree, so
Yeah.
We'll work on that. We'll talk to the powers that be.
Oh, pedigree.
Oh, yeah.
But I have
He's one of
to
those.
I have to push
David.
back, even though I agree that AJ Francis is just the biggest loser.
Yes.
But I have to disagree. And
Least
it's
improved?
two. It's two. It's two of them, and I don't know which one to pick, but I'm leaning towards one. Andrade is one,
Mm.
and Ricachump.
Ah,
Good
see,
Ricochet.
I think Ricochet's part of a bigger picture, dude.
Yeah.
He's doing better
Ricochet,
now, and it
totally.
looks
Yeah.
like they're looking, but like
He's flubbing intentional, man. I think
But-
that's
Yeah.
I will
real,
say,
he is.
I heard about Swerve embarrassing him at the pay-per-view. I
throwing
haven't
toilet
seen it.
paper.
Hit him right in
Oh.
the face.
They threw toilet paper all like the crowd threw toilet
Yeah, I
paper.
know.
It's
I
like,
heard
yeah,
about
yeah.
that. That was some funny shit, dude.
that
I
was funny as hell.
how can we say
They
that
got yoked
Ricochet
up
is,
by
is
your
not the
beard.
least improved when he should be the champion?
Right. Fair. Yeah.
And he went from
I
that
think-
to literally like
I think
Because
they're trying to embarrass
going
him as
against-
part of
In
turning
this
him
cat,
heel.
in this
Yeah.
specific category, he's going against probably the worst wrestler ever to lace boots.
Woo-hoo.
Okay, I
And
got
I
said
I got one for you. I got one for you.
Who's that?
he's got a lot of respect on
Miro.
Bastion Booger's name.
Miro.
Wow.
Where is Miro?
Oh,
snap.
I haven't
That's-
seen him since
Well, I'm
we
like,
said
yo,
that.
I
had
think
to
he got
about it. I'm
released.
like,
Miro's
all these
home.
people that I was thinking about, they all wrestled this year. And the
Miro,
last one was
Miro not even working a
I think
gig
he left
is better than
AEW on
AJ
bad
Francis.
terms.
Like,
Yeah,
where is
Miro's-
Miro?
Miro's super sad because his wife left him, and
Miro
Yeah,
left
Damian Priest.
AEW
July.
on bad terms.
That's
He
why
lost the
Damian
dog.
Priest got most improved.
Oh,
Because him and CJ Perry were taking a lot of pictures
of
by the beach.
pictures together.
Yeah.
Hey now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know,
Hey,
you
now.
know.
All right,
Maybe
Johnny.
All about my yin.
don't go
man.
tarnishing up my hero now. Cut it out.
All right, Johnny. Let's hear it.
What's the category again? Sorry.
Least
Most-
improved, man.
Least
least improved.
improved.
Oh, least improved. Jeebus. There's so many.
Oh my word. Yeah, I suppose so.
You know what? I'll be real with you, man. It's not on a directly personal level, but it is on a personal level, this one.
Mm.
But also it's on a because my fucking eyes work level. So I'm gonna go with Moose.
Oh, hey. Yeah.
Ooh.
Who?
Moose has kind of been the same for
The
a
X
long
Division
time.
Yeah,
champ.
he was
Well,
saying
Like
for a
100
bit.
years.
Moose is
Yeah.
garbage. Moose was trained by garbage. Moose continues to be friends with garbage. And the said garbage I'm referring to
Tessa.
hurts children. So
Oh,
oh, that
Moose
yeah.
that too,
doesn't
yeah.
deserve anything he's gotten. And just as a fan, he hasn't improved in the last 5 or 10 years.
No, he
As a
hasn't.
TNA fan, I can agree. The system has been a very losing faction, but not only that, like he doesn't seem like a leader anymore.
He's
Yeah.
boring.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
seems like
Very
just
boring.
he's a jag, as they would say, just a guy.
If
he wasn't as big as he is.
And
But
what
also
bothers
the-
me is he's athletic as hell.
But
Yeah.
loving
Yeah.
Tessa Blanchard doesn't make it any better either.
But he's
Nah,
still
my guy.
he's still a
I
better
ain't gonna work for
wrestler
you.
than AJ Francis.
Coming
AJ
in.
Francis is the worst wrestler out there.
Yeah.
He's
Right.
proven it.
I've said it- I've said it once.
Availability
Yeah.
is your best ability in wrestling.
But I mean, AJ Francis
he ain't got
also
no
had a
ability to be
championship
there,
match
too.
against PCO.
Right.
I mean,
Okay,
it's,
so-
it's
The digital
something.
media champion, yeah.
Like,
Wasn't
it's something.
Wasn't he like a tag champ with Rich Swann at one point?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So wait. So Mr. Hughes is a pedo?
Mm. Oh.
No. I'm talking about
Okay. I just wanted.
Chasing Rance out of Florida.
Oh, okay. Because Mr. Hughes is listed as Moose's trainer. Jason Rance is a giant piece of shit.
Yeah,
Dude,
absolutely.
Said it here
Dude, he worked.
on
He's
Rally.
a
He worked my
registered
show. The very first.
pedo, and he's got a wrestling school where he trains kids.
Yeah. I mean, he's a trafficker. He's a sex trafficker. He's a
Yeah.
he's
Him
a
and Teddy.
he's a
That
drug
dude is a
dealer.
huge
He's,
piece of shit. He
yeah.
worked for me under my very first show under the NWA.
Yeah.
The guy's a piece of shit.
No,
I don't understand how he just showed up at WrestleCade one year and people were like, don't you know this guy's a pedophile and a murderer? And they were like, oh, we got to get him out of here. You know, but he was booked to like he was booked in like a big role at WrestleCade, like with like ring crew stuff, and
He trains children.
yeah,
on the
yeah.
regular.
He's Jason Rance can go die somewhere.
That's the
Piss
plan.
off Cliff. He can throw it off.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the
Throw
hope.
him in a ditch somewhere.
So yeah, that when maybe 5-10 years ago when Moose was first in TNA, he was putting up a lot of videos of him and Chase and Rance like palling around and being buddies, and everyone was telling him, "Dude, that's a bad look. You might want to take that down." And he's like,
Yeah.
"Fuck you. What do you care?"
Moose.
Chase and Rance was on that VH1 reality show where people were trying to get a date with Jerry Hall.
Oh yeah. I heard about it. I didn't watch it or
Yeah.
nothing, but I heard about it.
All right, so
Anyway,
who's winning this one?
I think Chase
I mean,
Rance just accidentally won it.
I don't think so.
Yes, I wanted to be a little different and not put too much hit, but I've never liked AJ Francis, and I am on
I'm on
brand.
that.
AJ Franchini.
I'm on that trolley too, to be real with you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with the AJ thing too.
You can sell me with AJ because I couldn't get him when he was with the the crew with a swerving. I couldn't buy with him.
Right.
So
I gotta see this freaking dive that Joe Hendry wrote the song about. I've never seen it. If anybody's got a clip of that, send it to me, man. I gotta see that thing.
He said that's how he realized that he had diabetes.
The one he did on Ryan.
He went for a dive and missed it?
He tried to do a top rope dive or something like that, like a tope, and like barely got over the rope, and like almost did a headstand on the apron.
Oh Lord, I gotta see it.
So they had to save him pretty much, and then he said it's because he had low
Low blood sugar.
because, exactly.
And then,
We'll give it
Hendry
AJ Francis. I wanted to say Ricochet because the reason why I wanted to say Ricochet is because he's been doing
it's
the
worth
same
talking
exact
about
thing.
for sure.
He's been doing the same exact thing his entire career, and nothing has changed.
Yeah.
I thought Ricochet could have been world champion WWE.
He probably should have been, but then the same reason why he's not big in AEW is the same reason why he wasn't big in WWE, because he can't plug himself up.
And now him talking shit is not doing, is not helping him, in the league.
He's pretty funny online, to be honest. Like, I feel like, so
he's petty online, and that's not cool.
To pull back the curtain a little bit.
Yeah.
When I screw up sometimes on the podcast, I run with it because, it's funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think some of the stuff that he says online where people are like crushing him, I think he's doing that on purpose.
Intentionally. Agreed.
Because it's freaking hilarious.
Agreed.
It's easy to
he's
say.
Playing the dumb guy.
Yeah.
It's easy to say, right? Because
dude, he's been on the internet as long
I
as
bet you
any
he
of
has
us.
no
I
game.
guarantee you he is aware that his comebacks right now are out of a dad joke book.
Right, I'm sure. Yeah.
Wait, are you saying Trevor? Okay, are you saying Trevor actually has Riz?
Trevor, man.
Are we saying that Trevor has Riz, or he just got Samantha Irving because he has an 8-pack and he bronze? I will tell you, as a light-skinned guy, that I didn't deserve half the women I was with when I was younger, because I didn't have anything going for me aside from the fact that I was a pretty boy.
I don't remember who he was with when he was on the Indies.
And he's talking to an Irishman. I love it.
But he was pretty hot when he was with someone who was pretty hot when he was on the Indies too, but I can't remember who it was.
I
am see-through.
I remember that one.
Was it Tessa? Okay.
Yeah, it was Tessa.
Okay.
But here's the thing, though, right? It's like he didn't improve on the mic. He didn't improve in the ring. He has a worse finisher now. He doesn't even do the 630 anymore because Vikingo took it.
Right.
He does a punch.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
terrible.
saying. There's no way he's not the worst, because AJ Francis has been the worst his entire career. How can we say he's the least improved if he hasn't improved?
Right.
Ricochet has been a champion every single place he's ever been, except the places he's been in the last 2 years.
That matter, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The man was a state champion.
He
was
know
the
that
state
he's
champion. The man is he's poopy. He's poo-poo.
They're pushing him heel, and they're gonna have him join the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah,
I still
feel
like
as a lackey, though. He's going to be a lackey.
No, he's not.
He's going to be a leader.
But then he can do the Virgil. He can always do the Virgil.
He's their high flyer, and he's going to team up with Lashley, dude, and they are going to collect belts.
He's a worse Cedric Alexander.
I think he can do the Virgil
Oh,
though.
Oh man,
He is a
Hurt.
worst.
I think if he
He's a
joins-
worst. Oh my god! I'm sorry.
Okay.
I think if he joins the Hurt Syndicate as a lackey, he can do the Virgil.
Yeah.
And
That's the only thing.
and
Does
win the
anybody
$1
want
million
to do anything
championship.
Virgil's done?
All right.
Well, he won the $1 million championship.
Virgil's leg drop should have been. Virgil should have used the leg drop as a finisher.
The
Just
top rope
saying.
left drop?
If you know, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Oh my goodness.
All right. So
It's
next,
petty.
next,
God, that's crazy.
The third
Oh, man.
leg drop.
next up,
Half a leg drop.
one of my favorite. This is probably going to be my favorite award to give out,
All right.
and it's
What do
our
we
it's our Indie Spotlight Award.
Best indie wrestler of the year?
Yes,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I will fight tooth and nail for this one because she
Okay.
But he
is a
lost.
monster, and you guys know.
So wait,
that
is
I
this
love
who
her.
we- Megan
Yeah.
Bain, right?
Megan?
So
Bain.
is this who we think is going to step
the
into the
best this
spotlight
year?
in 2025? Because we're also doing Indie Wrestler of the Year, right?
Right?
Okay.
Well,
This
is
is just our,
indie,
this is
indie
our
wrestler
own
of the year?
Spotlight Award.
Spotlight. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the best one of the year, and then the next one will be like the breakout. So of the next year, I suppose, right?
I think this one is the breakout of next year, right?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of
Okay.
in between because this features like who we spotlighted.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
all right.
Oh, so it's the award for the people who we had on our Indie Spotlight.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
And we've all done at least one. So yeah.
I was gonna say
Damian
I've
Chambers.
maybe done it once, so I
I
don't
ain't done it.
recall.
I haven't done it yet, so
You
Damian
haven't?
Chambers.
But I'm going Megan Bain.
I said Alex Kane, but
Yeah.
I think Megan Bain over Alex Kane because I don't think Alex Kane's going to go any further than he already's been.
Yeah, I think Damian Chambers gets signed this year to either AEW or TNA.
It's a hell of an
WWE
endorsement.
on an outside chance. I mean, but he's
good.
going into. He just finished up his 5th year. You know, the 6th year is a pretty. You know,
Naka?
he's going to be coming he's going to get even better. You know what I mean?
That's a spicy endorsement.
Yeah, Damian Chambers, man, he's getting signed.
I like it. I'm also one that I didn't say. I'm kind of leaning towards. Okay, I actually might have to save this for the next one. I'll save that one. I do like
All right,
Alex
so who's-
Kane, but I think Megan Bain
Yeah.
does get that because I think she'll be in a.
I mean,
top
Megan Bain
position.
has got a shot at getting signed too. Honestly,
She
Mhm.
should have been signed.
yeah.
The rumor was that she was supposed to sign with AEW, and she never. Nothing came of light.
Right. But especially like with his Ohio connections, I could see Damian Chambers being on TNA soon. You know, he's a regular at Revolver. He went international this year. I think that he's got a really good chance of being on
Megan-
TV this year, like a
Megan
permanent
Bain faced
spot.
Julia.
Yeah.
Stardom.
I'll be real with you, man. I haven't kept up with the indies as much this year as I normally do.
Yeah.
But I also can't argue, man. Damian Chambers seems like he's got himself poised
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
to make that incredible leap. It's just a matter if anybody sees him. But I'm gonna, you can call it throwing my vote away or whatever. But I've been keeping my eyes on a couple of the Monster Factory students. Remember the name Marvelous, because I think this is the year he gets signed. He's been in matches in AEW and TNA. And
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, I think him and maybe him and his tag partner might get picked up by a bigger company this year.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. Well, I don't watch a lot of indie wrestling because I don't got a lot of time. But from the times I did get to see some, from ones I don't know, I would say Hammerstone because that's probably like the closest I know that has come to bigger success from like TNA. So that's like the closest thing. So Hammerstone, I'll say that.
I'd say that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's it.
Jake Something is also a good one as well.
Because
We'll
Yeah,
hammer
Jake
something
something
together.
is-
You feel me? They'll have
Jake Something's grown, man.
he
I
has.
can see if the two of them stay together, I can see them.
Yeah,
Go
go
to a
ahead.
bigger
They can
company.
hammer something all
He's
throughout
my-
the tag team divisions.
Hammer Something is my breakout, actually.
Oh, nice.
If I were to have a breakout as far as like who I think is going to take the next step this
Right.
year,
Oh yeah, I agree.
I think it's going to be.
I
Hey,
couldn't
Big
agree
Ted.
more that both of those young men have an incredible future in front of them.
Super high
Yeah, for
ceilings.
sure.
All right,
Oh
Chad.
yeah.
All right, Chad. Let's hear it.
I don't really watch indie wrestling.
That's why we have the podcast, guys. Keep you updated.
Yes,
I
sir.
Yeah, keep it a little updated.
And I haven't been a part of the business in forever.
Ohio State is putting their foot down.
OH.
You know,
It's lit.
Yeah.
Damian Chambers.
Megan Bain.
Is that what you're saying, Chad? You're saying
yeah,
same?
he's not like
You agree with one of us?
You guys know how you said you'd fight
I mean,
earlier? I'll fight for
I'd
this
go
one.
with Megan.
There you go.
Okay.
man, I'm saying,
Yeah,
you're
I'm just saying, with the connections that he has with Wrestling Revolver and Sammy Callahan,
Mhm.
I
Oh,
hate
yeah.
that
I think-
dude.
I think Damian Chambers has a big opportunity in 2025 if he takes it. That's
Agreed.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with Damian Chambers. He's legit. I mean, he is
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Now, I just think Megan's just a little bit better.
right on.
Man, Brett like that booty.
And there's nothing
I'm
wrong with
wrong with
Megan Bain. Like I will, you know.
Keith,
Um,
I hate Sammy Callahan.
Dude,
lot of
Sammy's
people
a
do.
good kid, man. There's nothing wrong with Sammy.
Sammy's a piece
Oh.
of shit.
You know what's wrong with Sammy?
Whoa.
He's tagging with PCO.
No, there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong
Even
with
when
that.
it's-
So here's the thing about Sammy Callahan that
That's
a lot of people who,
eclectic tag team, man. It works.
yeah, a lot of people in the Midwest may or may not, you know, we've all had dealings with Sammy Callahan. Here's the thing about
Oh,
Sammy
really?
Callahan. When he was coming up in wrestling, he was the guy who would do anything that you wanted. Like basically, like if you needed DVDs, he made DVDs. If you needed something filmed, he filmed it. If you needed him to job somebody, he jobbed. If you needed him to do your main event, he'd do your main event. If you needed him to, you know, if you
He
needed
was
Sammy
a
Callahan to
company
put
man
flyers,
regardless
The
of company.
utility player.
Yeah, Sammy Callahan would set up the ring. Sammy Callahan would, you know, he would do a lot of things, but he also had a tendency to like move on. You know, so like he ran with this crew of guys who all trained with Shark Boy, and then he got to know Dean Ambrose, and he ran with Dean Ambrose. You know, actually, I think it was the Chris
Which
brothers
played
first, and then it was Dean
conspiracy.
Ambrose.
Oh, we going on top?
But basically, the thing about Sammy Callahan is he got kind of a reputation out here as being like a grifter.
Yep.
Where like he would do anything that you wanted him to do until he got a better opportunity. You know, until he could hang out with Drake Younger, until he could hang out with Dean Ambrose.
Kind of what you're
Um,
supposed to do. You're supposed to move up.
Exactly. There was a lot, and that's the thing. People who understand the business
Supposed to
and people
evolve.
who actually like
Mm.
talk to Sammy, Sammy's still the same kid that he always was. You
Right.
know, from what I
haven't
know.
seen a slip of a change in that kid in the last
Yeah.
15 years.
Yeah, I mean, the
I've-
thing about Sammy is just that he knew how to take advantage of his opportunities, and he
Yep.
didn't always look back while he was
Right.
taking advantage of the opportunities.
No, I have
Yeah.
nothing but respect for Sammy Callahan, even though
But,
he's, you know,
yeah, as
slightly
far as
younger
I'm
than me,
concerned,
he knows more than I do.
Sammy and I had some interactions that maybe weren't fantastic, but if I ever see Sammy again, I'll give him a hug and tell him congratulations, and I'm happy for him. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah,
His name.
All right, so Megan
this is one of the
Bain.
coolest things about the podcast, though, is like I have experience with a lot of these guys, like on a personal level, and when it comes up, I get to talk about it, and I think that's really cool.
Well, that's why we're good at what we do.
That would
Well,
make,
yeah.
that would weird me out, but I'm actually enjoying that too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I thought
that's
that would
right.
kind of put me
It's
in an odd
insight.
spot. I'm glad it doesn't.
Yeah,
Keith?
for sure.
Keith, this next category, I know who you're going to say because I'm
Oh, well, who did we go with for Indie Spotlight?
Megan.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
He just go right down Megan Bain.
Between Megan and
It's like
Damien,
Megan.
we could say
It
a
was
men's and
cool.
women's.
She had
We could
cool-
say a
I
men's
mean,
and
I
women's.
think
and just say
Damian
both.
Chambers has legitimate. You know what I mean? So
I mean, you
Four
might one
people.
for one.
We can do
One.
Megan and Damien.
okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'll go with
let's
that.
do both.
I think I'm
There you
okay
go.
with
We'll do
that.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do both. That's fair.
Why not? Why
He's
not
going right
both?
big and die
Zoidberg.
anyway. It don't matter. He's going right big anyway.
Yeah, long as that, we good.
I've been in enough relationships where it's like, oh, you can have it. You got this.
Best
Been there, done that.
best tag team in wrestling award, Keith. I
Mm.
know me and you're on the same page.
Yeah,
There's only one
hopefully
team,
everybody's on the same page.
Fraxium.
Yeah, it's Fraxium. It has to be Fraxium, man. It has to be Fraxium.
The only
yeah.
other one would be ABC. I'm telling you, that'd be it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely X Frazier. I'll give it to him.
Accolades wise, you could say the system, but they're just naturally supposed to be kind
Man,
of
fuck the
jobby
system.
where they
Yeah.
can't
X
win.
Frazier takes all them fuck boys.
It's got to be
Yeah.
Fraction
X
because
Frazier beat all them fuck boys.
they
out.
grew
Right.
up they grew on me
Somehow
also.
miraculously.
Also,
Even though
I'm
they would
kind
beat
of
each other up in the process.
I'm kind of disappointed at how the tag team division has been. It's been like an afterthought for so long in
Right.
WWE.
Yeah.
Even in TNA, like
Yeah,
I'd
it's been a
struggle
down
to
year for tag
I'd
team.
struggle to maybe say the Young Bucks,
Oof.
but
Yeah.
they haven't
Good
really
Lord, please
been.
no.
It was so
You know,
good
the
in TNA when
EVPs.
they were Generation Me.
Oh, yeah,
They
exactly.
were going to go a different path.
Generation Me. Oh, Lord.
The idiots are all the idiots are Hardy Boy wannabes.
Mhm.
That's all
There's
they've
nothing
ever
wrong
been.
with that, though. The
Nobody
Hardy
said
Boys went
that-
on to great success.
Nobody said the current TNA champions are the Hardys.
I'm sorry, brother. I'm hardied out, brother.
Yeah, I don't. I've never liked the Hardys. I'm a
Yeah.
Matt guy, but I've never liked the tag team. So
I've always
hear
loved
you
I
the
on
like
Hardys.
them, but I'm just like,
I like the
I'm hardied out.
Hardys,
I like the Hardys particularly when they're both sober. And
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh,
So you don't like
Okay,
the
it's
Hardys, you say?
No, I do.
Then you don't like
Come
the
on.
Hardys.
Dude,
So-
it takes people a lifetime, and by that I mean they die before they ever clean up off of the shit that Jeff was on.
Mhm.
right.
All right.
So
And
I do wanna
gotta
say
give them
that-
that much respect.
One of the things that makes me like pick Fraxium is that they do tag team wrestling.
Yes.
They don't just
Yeah.
look
They
like
do it
two
well.
individual guys.
Right.
They
Kinda
do
like
it well.
FTR.
They work the rig in half.
Yeah.
You
Not
know
to
what I mean?
mention-
They isolate the opponent. They do what they should.
Yeah.
And it's so friggin'
Mhm.
rare. I love
And they
quick
work
tags.
double
I
team
love-
moves into their regular offense, which is
Right.
important to me.
Well, not
It's
to,
super
yeah,
important to me.
not to
Same-
mention
yeah.
they tried to break them up all year.
Mhm.
Agree.
Yeah.
Ain't
they just-
work.
But they're
Well,
amigos.
You
They're
could
amigos.
also
You
say
can't
the
break up
same
amigos.
thing. I'm big on the Rascals
Oh,
Yeah, fair.
Agree.
because they have the
Huge
best tag
agree.
team offense I've ever seen, like
Yeah.
at least in the last few years.
I don't know.
Unbelievable.
I think the
Unbelievable
machine guns
how
at their
good-
height, man.
Oh, the machine, yeah, Motor
Yeah.
City for sure.
Yeah.
But
Maybe
seeing,
in conversation.
seeing these young guys,
The
how
guns back together. I forgot about that too.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, the Rascals are absolute geniuses when it
I
comes
mean,
to their offense.
Dude, if you want to throw something else out there, like Fatal Influence,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
throw another
been-
team.
even in their singles matches, they work as a
as
team.
a team,
Yeah.
Like they are a team.
Bad.
You know, those
That's
girls,
kind of brilliant. in and of
timing-
itself.
their timing is so good. Like
Yeah.
it's rare to see three people who
Absolutely.
work together
Right.
like that. You know,
The two
The
flowed
bloodline.
great.
yeah.
2.0.
respect
Yeah.
for sure. All
I'm
right, so
still
we're
going
going, we're
Fraxium.
going Fraxium, I would say.
Yeah, ask Frazier. Ask Frazier for the W.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think so. They
yeah,
earned it.
agreed.
Yeah, they really
Yeah.
earned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. MLW Star of the Year.
Oh,
The old Japanese dude who just won the belt. Because I don't know anything about MLW much. I haven't
yeah,
watched
I'm gonna say the
MLW.
Hammerstone.
Satoshi?
I haven't watched MLW in like 6 years. So
Satoshi Kojima?
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, sure.
God bless you.
I mean, no, just because I haven't watched MLW in seriously, it's been probably 6-7 years.
Well, you missed
And,
a lot of good MLW, man.
And well, it's hard to watch.
I
Being
was going
sports, it's
Jacob
like
Fatu.
you know, yeah.
I'm going Jacob as well.
Jacob
Okay.
Fatu.
Fuck
He
it.
made
Jacob
himself-
Fatu. Fuck
He's
it.
my best HOG wrestler too, so
Fuck it.
They just put out action figures, and
he deserves
his
it.
is
Yeah.
his is one of them.
I got to
So-
agree, man.
His action
You're
figure
making an
has to
action
have.
figure of a guy who
Jacob
wasn't.
Fatu is a
He's not even in the
freak of
company
nature.
anymore. You know, I'll go with Jacob Fatu too. Then
I
I
yeah.
want.
Fuck it.
Absolute
Yeah.
freak of
Yeah.
nature deserves every accolade in the, in the
Absolutely.
Chad
world.
has been to MLW shows, right, bud?
Yeah, let's go with Jacob Fatu for the win.
Yeah.
I I mean, I've heard of the Samoan werewolf a few years ago, man, but I never thought he would attain such success so quickly.
He's always been good. I mean, that's the
Extremely
thing.
quickly.
Like, the one thing that I liked a lot about Jacob Fatu is he does the Samoan SWAT team thing before they got pushed into being the headstrinkers.
Right.
Which, if you guys remember the Samoan SWAT team in the territories, they wanted to honor the thing and be savages, but they wanted to be cool.
Yeah.
They wanted to show that like Samoans weren't just, you know, hunting in the jungle with spears.
Right.
They wore
yeah.
sunglasses and they came out to like kind of hip hop and like you know, and Jacob Fatu does that with his grill and like, you know, I mean he's a Samoan savage, but he's also a freaking he comes off as a pretty
savage looking
savvy
guy.
dude. You know, yeah.
Well, they talk about it all the time on commentary, like these savage beats. Like I thought we left that in the past WWE with Vince.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, you can't say that about a black fella, but if he's Samoan, it's okay.
Samu
Isn't that
and
wild?
Rikishi. Samu and Rikishi were so upset that when they got to WWE, they made them be the head shrinkers.
Yeah.
Like they hated it.
Get it.
But you know, they had to get paid. But I mean, you see, as soon as the head shrinkers broke up, Fatu got right away from that shit.
Oh yeah.
You know, first he was the don't do drugs, help the street kids, and then he became the dancer.
Yep.
Because the head shrinkers was such a terrible gimmick. Like
It was.
yeah. And they could have come in as the SST and killed it.
Yeah, they could have.
You know, there was no reason why they couldn't have been the SST, but
So Jacob Fatu wins unanimous.
Yeah, five.
yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah.
All right. Let's go to NWA Star of the Year.
NWA Star of the Year.
Man, give me Tom Lattimore. I'll go.
Yeah,
with
it's
that.
Tom Latimer.
I'll go with
It's Tom Latimer.
God.
Or
At
Tom
first-
Latimer, I guess, if
I
you
was
will.
gonna say Maxie
Thomas
and
or
Taylor, but I
Thomas,
can't
right?
disagree with Tom Latimer, man. That dude is
Yeah, Maxie Taylor's close, dude, for sure.
I've got Tom Latimer and Natalia Markova.
like
Natalia Markova.
For
Maxie and
girls,
Taylor,
it's
but nah,
Ooh.
man.
for girls, I'm going
Camille.
with Paige.
The
dude.
Chesterfield Plague definitely wins.
Even
Yeah.
though Camille's been in AEW for a few months, I still think it would be Camille.
No,
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah,
She was champion
Fair.
for most of the year,
yeah, true. Yeah,
or
I'd
like at
change
least
that.
half. But
I like the
change it to
Page
Camille.
sisters as, you know, as a
Kenzie.
There you
unit.
go.
Kenzie and Kylie as a unit, you know?
But
she's
Tom-
going to be
definitely Tom.
she's going to be a big factor this year.
Or
Yeah,
they
for
says
sure.
Tom.
And they
Tom.
dominate the programming. You know what I mean? Like from what I've
Mhm.
seen, the Page sisters are always a part of it.
I'm
Regardless.
going with the husband and wife.
Kenzie Page.
Kenzie and Kylie. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Kenzie's really good. Both of them girls are good.
they're both really good. Yeah, yeah. They were trained by Tom Pritchard and Kane, so you know
Well, you know,
they're going to be good.
Okay, here's our favorite one.
There's one good.
Okay, so
t-shirt
wait,
plus
what did
Kane.
we?
Tom Latimer. Tom?
Yeah, Tom Latimer. Are we
Hell
going
yeah.
with Tom Latimer, guys?
Hell yeah, I'm all in on Latimer.
Yeah. He's
Okay, cool.
Legitimately the best.
Like
Yeah.
you know what? One of my criteria is who do I never want to piss off in a dark alley?
Oh God! If Tom Latimer punches you in the face, your whole body's going to explode.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, if Tom Latimer punches me in the face, my grandkids are gonna come to life and apologize to him. Are you kidding me?
Also, his eyes are way too nice.
Yeah.
All right,
I
settle
don't
down.
like it.
Let's
I don't
not
like it.
let's
Settle
not
down is
deviate.
crazy.
Dude, speaking of that, why does Karrion Cross look like a freaking Abercrombie model?
Because he was.
I want him to be uglier.
Always look
Every
that
time
way.
I
They
see him,
just
I'm
let
like, why
grow
is
his
this
hair.
dude so damn pretty? Like, I
Yeah,
want
Because he let that
I want him
hair
to be like an
grow.
ugly monster, but he's such a good looking dude.
He let that hair grow out.
That's why they let his hair grow out. They're like, oh wait,
Yeah.
Be a model.
Jeez. Guys,
Now-
attract.
Pablo,
what's up?
we're going with your show here. This
No,
your show
TNA.
TNA
Oh, man.
Star of the Year. Y'all know my pick. The men's
a secret.
side, Joe Hendry. Female
Yeah, it's Joe
side,
Hendry.
Jordan Grace. Hands down.
Hey, that works.
I was definitely
That
with
works.
you, Jordan
Jordan
Grace.
Grace, hands down, agreed.
Yeah.
Definitely agree
Yeah.
with Jordan.
Couldn't agree more. And
Mhm.
I feel like I already threw away my Joe Hendry for this.
I give
the
it to Joe
second
Hendry.
one.
It's Nick Nemeth, and it isn't
agree to
close.
At least
Ooh.
Yeah, I feel like it might
It's
be Nick
Nick
Nemeth
Nemeth.
too, as far as what he's
Nicholas?
done for the company.
this is
The
true,
fact that
man.
Nick Nemeth has had
Yeah.
better matches
Has
Yeah.
Nick
and he's
Nemeth
beaten
been?
Joe Hendry.
Has Nick Nemeth been on SportsCenter?
But my thing is, did Joe Hendry bring the spotlight to TNA, or did he just bring it to himself?
He brought it to himself. Nick Nemeth brought it to TNA.
Nick Nemeth brought
Damn.
the spotlight to
That's a good
TNA.
point.
Yeah.
That's
You
a
know?
really good point.
I was struggling to not give Nick Nemeth Indie Star of the Year.
Yeah.
considering that he wrestled at the Mall of America like a few months ago.
Right.
Like
right.
he's been in Japan. He was in
That's
CMLL,
where Nitro
Triple
set.
A champion. I was like,
I could see Nick Nemeth getting that for TNA. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
I'd go
fight
with Nick
for him
Nemeth
because
and Graves.
because Joe Hendry, the best thing he did this year, he actually just did 5 years ago. The
Right.
song was big. It was made 5 years ago, and then it just became like a viral thing.
Yeah, but it got huge.
It
this
caught,
year,
yeah.
Sure.
But you
Caught
know who
fire.
else got really huge? The guy who's
Nick
currently
Nemeth.
and has been the champion since he beat Josh Alexander.
Right. And he's
Or
defending
Moose,
that
or
belt
Moose.
all the
He
freaking
beat Moose,
time,
no?
dude.
Yeah,
and it gets
true.
everyone.
I'm going Nick. I'll change.
He
mine.
also needed JBL to do so, but this is true.
Hey, whatever. He's a dirty dog.
This is
Dirty dog.
I'm not
Wrestling,
taking
man.
anything away from
Dirty
that,
dog.
man. It's
Yeah,
actually
wrestling,
good to
man.
see JBL outside of WWE.
Yeah.
Places he can't just bully people for sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if that happens in Impact, he's going to get his Texas ass beat.
Right. He's got Hammerstone and freaking
D'Lo, who you
Jake
going with?
something to deal with.
Dude, he's got
Yeah.
I'll
Hammerstone
go-
to deal with, period.
I agree with you on Jordan Grace. I also,
Same.
I'll lean towards Nick Nemeth. I was about to lean towards
There we go.
Joe, but then
Actually,
Nick.
actually,
because that's what I heard about. Literally, they were not around that. TNA, they switched back to TNA a little bit,
Right.
not
Yeah.
too far after it, so they switched.
I think Nick Nemeth brought eyes to TNA.
Yeah, and he
I
brought.
don't know that
eyes,
Joe
and he
Hendry
brought
did. I
history.
feel like he brought
Yeah.
eyes to himself.
No,
It's
you're
not
not,
the
I
same
don't
thing.
think that's an unfair observation either. I think
No,
that's
it's not.
the eyes part is also the reason why I give it to Jordan over Masha.
Yes.
Jordan's
Yeah.
right.
Jordan
sure.
being not only the one that went to the Royal Rumble,
Yep.
but also being the one to open the door in NXT to TNA.
That was
Right.
massive. That was massive.
It was single. It was probably the biggest thing that happened this year for me.
Chad, what do
You
you
know, it's
think?
history making. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh no!
you
Don't
can't do
don't
that
ask
every
Chad
show.
about TNA. Don't we don't do it.
Yeah,
He fell asleep like 5
Yeah,
minutes
as soon
ago
as,
when you
as soon as
when
you
mentioned
heard
it.
TNA took a nap.
I saw his eyes closed. I saw his eyes closed, so you know.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think, brother? Who do you think is the TNA guys?
For men, I got to go with Nick Nemeth.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Women,
it's
I
easy.
got to go with Jordan.
All right, so
Yeah.
all right,
There's
so-
pretty obviously those two on top, you know.
Yeah.
There can be an argument for Hendry because he
Right.
has gotten better, and like he's showing a better side. And I do think he at New Year, at whatever the next one that they're doing is, he could have a title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Nemeth is definitely
He's
the
just
way
been-
to go for men.
Hendry
I
might
think
be
I
my
might be
best of
taking my portion of the
2025.
podcast on the road. Nobody will be able to see it because I'll have my background up, but I might be headed out for a minute.
I don't know with that.
Let's
So
see.
what?
AEW Star of the Year. Guys,
This is the one I'm going to be arguing to death for.
Moxley?
No. Jay
Oh, okay.
White. Jay White
Okay.
and Mariah May.
I'm mad.
I'm out the magnesium.
Tony Storm?
Anger soothing. Anger seething.
I'm gonna say John Moxley and Tony Storm for someone who doesn't watch
Mm.
AEW, so I only know what gets talked about.
Yeah.
Moxley and Storm. That's
I say Swerve and Storm. So I'll
Okay.
say Swerve and Storm for me. That's it.
For me, it's Storm and Christian.
nice.
Interesting.
It's Christian Cage because he's doing the best work he's done. I've been raving about it all year.
Yeah.
But the fact that
Yeah.
he has a faction now, the fact that he is the
Yep.
best heel going in a heel heavy AEW, I
Yeah.
think he's the best heel.
Right.
He's guaranteed that championship. He pretty much knows
Definitely.
it. He's been
Yeah.
talking about it, but like the fact that a Hall of Famer is doing his best work right now, he grew into
Yeah, it's
himself.
pretty wild.
He has a
Yeah.
he had the TNA or TNT championship or whatever. That's the
Yeah.
male equivalent, right?
Yeah.
Right.
He had that one twice this year.
Damn.
He's done everything except win the big chip, and that's because they're leading towards it. But I think
Right.
him and
Yeah, he's doing it
Tony,
from Edge, right?
Tony with the timeless thing, and even what she's doing right now, I kind of think is cool. It's the first time I've ever
It's
seen
hilarious.
something like this.
It's hilarious.
She's talking like she came from the indies, and like literally, like I think it's a concept that I was not behind at first, but I think it's good. I think
Nah,
it's
it
Okay,
doesn't
so
work
I got a
on
question
paper,
for
but
you.
it works in action.
I got a question
Know what
for
I
you,
mean?
Pablo.
What's up?
If Sky Blue wouldn't have got hurt,
Ooh,
Ooh.
Who do you pick then?
Well, Sky Blue is runner up for Booty of the Year, but
We
I'm not gonna lie.
That's only 'cause I'm in.
We got debate that day.
That's a wild statement, Johnny.
Yeah.
That's a wild statement.
Yeah, I
You
know
are-
what I
you are-
got. Don't try and
You are
undersell me.
fourth place at most.
Oof.
I'm kidding. But no, okay, what you're saying is that I think Sky Blue had a better I think she had a really good trajectory. I think that Julia Hart was the more of the letdown.
Yeah.
I thought
Julia
she was
was
going to be
definitely-
champion.
Yeah, I
She
think
was
so, too.
she was TBS champion, right?
Yeah, she
but-
was.
yeah.
and then
Yeah,
she
for
Didn't
sure.
really
got
matter
hurt.
much. She didn't do much with it.
No.
Yeah.
It's funny because when Sky Blue started getting the Dynamite matches, I was like, oh, this girl's from Chicago. I'm gonna see if I can book her. And she completely like ignored all my messages
Baited.
and my friend requests and stuff. I think she knew that she was
on the way up.
that she was going to AEW because she just like completely freaking. I think that they had plans for her the second they freaking saw her.
Cosmos, chill out. You ain't coming in here, dude.
I do. So I
Oh, what was the category for this one? Next one?
this was the AEW one.
Multiple or
No, the AEW best. We're it could be male or female or both. Like,
I did. Oh yeah, I had Swerve and Storm. Yeah, Swerve.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
so I'm
Came up
I'm-
with Swerve.
I lean more towards Swerve than I am to
He had
Moxley.
the came up. Who would have
Yeah,
thought
me
Swerve would
too.
be world champion? Who would have
Me
thought that
too.
in the case?
Look, I'm a big Dean Ambrose fan. Whenever he was Ambrose,
Mhm.
It's because
I'll
you got
tell you
the
right
white
now-
tea club.
I tell you right now, Swerve Strickland
Mhm.
is better. Was a better superstar this year than John Moxley has his entire time in AEW. Because
Mm.
you got Moxley's one sided with matches. You're going to get a lot of blood, a lot of.
That's the only
Wow.
3-time champion, Moxley.
Full time.
Is he 4-time
four.
AEW
he
champion?
time. He full time.
Yeah,
Oh my
4
goodness.
He's 4-time now.
That's why he
bad.
say lead the white tea combat club. You know what I'm saying?
So I think I would take Swerve
Oh.
over Moxley any day.
Yeah, that's why I say Swerve.
Like I said,
I
I
think-
don't watch the show. I just know what people talk about, and
Mm.
I mostly see Moxley
Mhm.
Right.
and you know.
Cage is
Moxley
doing
and
his
Cody.
best work. Cage is arguably the best heel of 2024.
That
That's-
is
that's-
that
yeah.
is arguable.
Talking
man.
about
He
people's
is doing
dead
fantastic.
fathers,
yeah, that's
beating
funny.
up,
Yeah, you kill him.
beating up
I mean, I
Hook.
love Christian, dude, so I'm fine with it.
However,
However,
I'll say
My
with
pick.
Swerve.
is for what is it? It's AEW's most improved over the
no,
years.
it's just best.
Best
Best
of the
over the
year.
years. Sorry. I'm definitely going with where the torch was passed from the Stinger.
If
Going
things
with
get a little weird,
Darby
that's what's
Allin.
happening right now.
Darby. Well,
Darby
the most
Allin.
winningest guy is Darby.
I mean,
so-
yeah, because Darby never loses, so there's always that if you're taking that kind
but
of stuff
then
into
we also
consideration.
He
got
doesn't
No Job
lose
Box.
because he's good or bad. He loses because he's a bigger psychopath, and that says a lot.
Mhm.
But
And
he-
in that
It's kinda
environment, like
kill
you
ya.
said, it's heel heavy environment. He's one of the only baby faces that comes out swinging as hard as they do.
That's true.
It's true.
He's not
Yeah.
afraid of blood.
I think he's a number one baby face.
Ding
He's a
past
number one
the
baby
torch.
face.
Yeah.
I mean, I think right there is the AEW top dog of the year. In my opinion, it's really hard to argue with Moxley or
Or
Swerve. Oh my god!
Right.
well,
Or
Moxley's
Jay
going to
White,
be top
or
because
Christian.
everybody in that crew
Mhm.
is called No Job for a reason. None of them like to fucking lose.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I
that's
would,
true.
I would say,
Come on.
I would say Christian if we, like, I love Christian. You know what I mean?
Oh, I like
But
what
if
he's
we're
doing.
really going by like what's happening on TV,
Swerve.
Moxley dominates the. Like I said, Moxley dominates the
Weekly.
call.
Well, with the
I've barely
hostile
ever seen people talking about
takeover,
Christian.
the
you know?
hostile takeover recently and all that, but the BCC was really cold for a bit.
Yeah, it
And
was
he also
cold in the
seemed like
summer. It
he was taking a back seat to
Yeah.
what Claudio and Wheeler Yuta and Pac were
As
doing.
the Death
And
Riders, he
Swerve's been
seems to have his
turning
shit
heads
together
the-
more.
You know, and Swerve's been turning heads since him and MJF first had their spats last year.
Yeah,
yeah.
same with
Yeah.
Hangman.
He also took
Yeah,
a
since the Hangman
syringe
shit, he
to
been
the
killing
inside
it.
of his mouth in order
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
and took it right into the face.
couple cinder blocks
Yeah,
in the
I'm
back
going-
of the
I'm
neck.
going-
That's a wild
Swerve.
statement you just
Right
said.
in the
Dude, you guys can see how much the glasses improved my face now that I'm outside and I had to take them off. It's pitch black out here. I look like an old man. I look like I'm about to go to the mountain and grab the tablets.
Wow, yeah,
You
your
look
face is
like-
killing me. Jeez.
Yeah. I don't think you have to worry about gay guys hitting on you right now.
Yeah, not anymore.
I'm kidding. Not anymore.
Hey, it's Johnny Boston, not Johnny Pawtucket.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
wait, no, not Pawtucket. Jeez, Provincetown.
I
Provincetown,
agree
yeah.
with D-Lo, man. Swerve.
I mean, I'm
man.
cool with Swerve. I just, like, I don't watch AEW, so whatever you guys, I mean, you guys actually watch it.
There's been
So,
times where
I mean-
Swerve has been whack this year.
Yeah.
It was that little bit.
His match with Okada was not good.
Down. I get it.
I'll say that.
He's
Yeah,
been
you
on
get
the
your ass
losing
burned
end
down.
of a lot of feuds as well.
Well,
He lost against
Yeah.
Paige.
we could always put
I know.
He's getting
he
beat
got
up
his
against
house
Jay
burned.
White.
Takashita.
Hey, I mean that's not a bad decision. That would be most improved to me. He'd be most improved on the
Right.
male side.
He wins a lot too in AEW.
Oh, Takeshita always
I
wins.
think
Yeah,
Mercedes Monet. Mercedes Monet should win.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh
bitch.
yeah, man.
Can't-
Oh damn!
root for her.
I totally did that for the reaction. That was 100% for the reaction.
My baby, damn.
I'm surprised nobody said least improved was Camille.
Right? Yeah, Camille did have a rough time
Considering
once she
that
got
she went
Yeah,
from
he
being
did.
the
she
flag
fell off
bearer
hard.
to
He's still not as bad
a
as AJ
gimmick
Francis.
character. True.
All right.
I'm not conceding the Christian Cage.
Okay, so what are we going with then?
Well,
Swerve.
majority rules,
Swerve
but
and
two
Cage
people said
with
Hold on.
two people said
Storm.
Swerve, two people said Moxley.
What if we give Heel of the Year award to Christian Cage?
I'm down for it. I'm
All
down
right,
I can
I'm
do
good.
that. I can
I'm
see
good.
that.
because I can.
because it's not.
No,
solo.
I can't
Heel of
concede
the
that.
year isn't
Dirty
Drew
Dob. No, I can't
McIntyre for
concede that.
stealing the
Dirty
bracelet?
Dob is the heel of the year.
Yeah,
Dirty Dob
Dob.
heel of the year.
What?
Drew McIntyre.
Talking
Side
about people's
Side
dead
eye,
bodies
Drew.
and stuff. I mean, how do you
We're
top
we're
that
going to
with
have
heel?
this. Let's get the rest of it out. But we're going to have a conversation about this heel
Yeah,
of the
man.
year because
I think we're going 3 hours today. It's
I'm okay with it. We can cut it down to
Yeah.
2.5 if we have to, but
All
we're not on radio, so we're good.
If it has a Boston accent, it's not important.
right, so here's what we'll
Boston.
do for AEW. We'll go as a tie.
a
Swerve
tie
and
for
Mox.
Swerve and Moxley. I mean, dude, I'm willing to top over to Swerve. Like, it doesn't matter to me. Like I said, I don't really watch it. I'm just
Yeah, I was
going by
gonna
what
say,
I
I'm
see
willing to
online.
Hop over to Christian, so now we're in another stalemate.
What's that, buddy?
Ooh,
Swerve also
God.
made a
Oh my God, he's wide
crappy
open.
rap
The only
song.
the only reason I know Christian's been TBS or TNT champion this year
Yeah.
Twice.
twice.
Yeah, because
And
of,
Money in the
uh,
Bank winner
Swerve was
and
world
their
ch- Swerve was world
equivalent Money in
champ.
the Bank.
Swerve was world champ.
For how many months?
4
A
months. Any
2
main
months.
event, and would you ever see a brother main event a Wembley show in the UK?
It's beautiful, but at the same time, he cut his teeth on the indies so long, and he's
Unfair,
always
but
been a
that's fair.
champion on the
Fair
indies.
point.
It's not weird to see him as a champion in my eyes.
And
But I
he
do
released
see
a
where you're
single.
getting at.
And he released a single.
It's crappy.
It was
Yeah,
alright.
But
it was.
I'd say just because of his theme song, I might give it over Christian and Mox.
Hey, if we're
Because
talking theme songs, the
Swerve,
best
the
theme
Prince
song is
Nana,
definitely
Hey, Prince Nana, you can't forget about
Man,
The
that
Prince
was
Nana.
so fucking annoying.
Yes, but that's the point of him though. He wants to be.
Nana.
I know. I want
Was
to
that
slap the black
was
off
that
that dude.
blackout?
Hey, hold on.
Yeah.
Now here's another argument. We could go with Osprey. Do you know how many 5-star matches that man had this year?
Fair.
Well, a lot of
Very
them were
fair.
outside of the
Fair.
AEW,
The guy had like 7.
but he's
Yeah.
taken a lot of
5-star
losses.
matches.
Oh, you talking Osprey?
Hidden
Right.
Blade is unbelievable.
But in those 5-star matches, he lost them.
So what?
So
Still had
Done
them.
You got
matter.
like 3 or 4 though.
I'm not a win-loss person, but at the same time, you got to look like a winner to be the best.
I'm not a win-loss person in a sport dictated by a pen.
Oh,
There you
damn.
there you go.
I mean, when you put it like that, Johnny, that goddamn.
Right, goddamn, nigga. Goddamn.
I say it with love and respect, but also a
Oh, I know. I
huge
feel
dose
you.
of
I'm
reality.
just, I'm
you know
just
what I mean?
saying.
But you could
Bruno
also say the same
Sammartino
thing
was-
about Darby
Bruno
Allin.
Sammartino was good. I don't know if he was holding the title for 4 fucking years good.
Right.
Who?
And when he lost it, they had a riot.
Right?
Yeah.
He held it for 4 fucking years.
All right, niggas want to have that shit for a year.
So
Talk about
we,
denying change. Like,
we can give it to Osprey.
I'm good with Osprey.
What's
I
all
can't
about that?
argue with Osprey, man. He's good.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
So wait, has it completely flipped to Will Ospreay now?
I got nothing for Osprey to argue with.
He's had at least 7 5-star matches in 2020.
I mean, the best match in AEW, you know, people are saying it's Daniel Bryan and Ospreay, and it could also be Ospreay and MJF. I mean, there's,
It could
you know,
be
if you
Daniel
wanna-
Bryan and Okada too.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's
It's hard not to say it's Osprey, but did he buy his childhood home and then burn it down?
Right.
All right, you guys
Last time I
go
checked,
house
only
burn
one of
down.
only,
That's a
only
good
one
point.
person did.
That is a good point.
House burn down.
Did he take a syringe to the mouth?
That's and had to eat it with a steel chair.
True.
I don't think anyone taking a syringe to the mouth is not dope.
All right.
Hell
So,
no.
That's that
I'm
thing
not
we were
sure.
supposed to not do.
so are we going
Exactly.
Swerve Strickland, or are we
I'll say
going
with the swerve.
Christian?
Let's say the swerve.
It's a swerve for me.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going with Swerve. All
I'll
Swerve.
go
told,
with
man.
Swerve. I'm good with that.
I can't
All right,
use
so-
Christian twice.
I
so.
gotta go Swerve Strickland. Dude's
Mhm.
dude's shows
Yeah,
improvement.
I gotta go
every week.
Swerve.
All right. Swerve and
I
You
swerve
don't
when
see
I-
improvement every week unless you are on top of your game.
I also swerve when I drive.
Giggity.
Now,
Wait, no.
our next award, Keith, this is your favorite show. NXT Star of the Year.
Oh, Trick.
Trick.
I got
Right.
Trick
We'll
and
call
Roxanne
Trick.
Perez.
Yeah,
Trick and
Roxanne
Rock.
Perez.
I
Sure.
could get down with
Rock's
Roxanne
easy.
too.
Trick and Rocks too. Yeah, look at that. For guys. Oh yeah.
I have to be counterculture, and I want to say Oba.
I can go with that, but
I
He
mean,
came
he's,
from
you know,
he's
I
he's
can
a
go with that.
monster.
Go with
He's an
that.
absolute monster.
He's good. He's
He will be
definitely
the
good.
best of next year.
Yo, definitely.
But I think the fact that he
Yeah.
started this year, he's not only did he start, but he reached the pinnacle
Yep.
in a year's time.
I
Tells
mean,
you that the guy's so good on the mic.
Tony D'Angelo, man.
The guy is good on the mic for somebody who's
Tony
A,
D'Angelo.
a foreigner, and
Great
two,
year.
a big guy.
Right.
Tony D'Angelo is also up there,
Let's give me my money.
but like Oba,
Yeah, he had a great year.
Oba made
yeah, I like
made
Oba.
Tony D'Angelo seem better in my eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Put him
true.
over.
True.
Put him over
That's
just
true.
to take
Good
him
point.
away.
Good point.
But I think I'm on Oba. I might lose this because Trick. Yeah, it's been the Trick show all
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
I
Personally,
I
I think-
couldn't agree more, man. There's almost no sense
Yeah, but did you bring enough money for
French
this?
house, man. Trick
By the
was
way,
Always wrong with funny.
We can go Trick and Roxanne
try.
with that. I'm almost
Preston. I'm still watching NXT.
Nice. Okay, and WWE Superstar of the Year. There are several that could win this, but to me, there's only two.
Man, that's tough.
That is
To me,
tough.
there's only two. Number one, he didn't get the one earlier, so I'm going with Braun Breaker and Tiffany Stratton.
Oh,
Ooh.
I'm keeping it real and I'm
Okay,
keeping it
okay.
simple and I'm going with the Terror Twins.
oh.
I think in their own way, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley both skyrocketed through any,
Mhm.
I definitely agree with you.
preconceived or self-imposed ceilings that they might have had. I think they both shot well past that this year.
I definitely agree with you.
No, I agree. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
But I also agree with Brett.
Right, I do too. Where do you think my head's at? I'm confused, man.
I mean, you both are right.
Yeah, I mean, there's no wrong answer.
No.
That's,
If someone says Cody Rhodes, they're not wrong.
I'm going Cody Rhodes. So there you go.
I was gonna
Someone
go
did say Cody Rhodes.
Virgil and Miss Elizabeth, and then I realized I'm old.
Listen.
I think I'm older than you, Boston.
So the connection in Kroger is not great. So hopefully
You
this is
just
still
say
recording.
you think you're older than Boston? Come at me, bro.
I'm older than
I mean,
you.
how old are
I
you,
think.
Chad?
Come at
51,
me,
52?
bro.
David, who's your picks, buddy?
I'm going with Drew for the
Nice.
men's side, and then Liv
Nice.
because she's most proved of all the girls that she came up.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
Who would have thought?
women, I'm gonna say Liv too.
Who would have thought, yo? I would have thought it.
You guys
And she
can't
beat
agree
Becky
that
Lynch.
Tiffany Stratton.
She
is the
retired Becky Lynch. Come on, she retired.
Yeah.
the man.
Seth Rollins retired Becky Lynch.
That's right.
Street trash.
Put the baby in.
Well, they
Pablo
took
said it.
turns.
Put a
Seth-
baby in
Well,
it.
they took turns.
Seth Rollins' signature move,
The impregnator.
the impregnator.
Putting a baby
Alright.
in her.
Pablo,
The fertilizer.
Who you got? You got
The fertilizer.
Is this-
That's amazing.
Is this
That is
WWE
amazing.
all entirely, or is it one show?
this is this is like for we already did NXT, so this would be Raw and SmackDown.
We're on SmackDown. Okay. It's hard not to say Cody, but I haven't seen him do much lately outside of promos and like
Right.
He
Talking-
went full homeland
getting beat
though,
up by
last
Kevin
week. That
Owens.
was pretty cool.
he really did. I might have to say, just because of how much he's been able to do without actually having many matches, and the fact that he has the rivalry of the year,
Roman Reigns.
I can't believe CM Punk.
Oh.
I can't believe I'm saying it, but at the same time, what he's doing concurrently with Drew and Seth,
It's good.
Yeah,
Really
like,
good.
it's
Yeah.
good stuff.
he's showing literally every reason why he left and every reason why he should have came back.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's
Sorry.
You're not wrong either.
Man,
You're
every
not
time
wrong.
somebody
That's
takes
all.
a shot at him, he hits him back twice as
Oh,
hard.
he's ready.
Right.
That's
He's
why I
always
like the
ready.
dude so much. He's on point on that mic. It doesn't matter who you are.
No.
who you going with, Chad?
Oh God, y'all get.
Yeah.
While Chad's thinking, I'm going to tell you someone else who could also be in there for Superstar of the Year.
So,
Who else?
Yeet.
Oh
Yeah.
oh
yeah.
my goodness!
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh
goodness!
yeah. He
The guy who's
Literally
main
every
evented
main
almost
event on Raw
every.
for the entire year.
I might.
Every main event on Raw.
I
You
might
know, I
have
might
to,
have to change my vote from Braun to Jay Uso.
Yeah,
For
dude,
most improved?
seriously, I might have to take
No,
that back.
Oh, for,
Superstar
I
of
think
the
this.
Year.
I think this was for the
Whoa.
superstar of the year.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's the only
Whoa.
person to. Well, he beat Roman Reigns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
That
win
happened
over
this year.
Roman, the first person to pin Roman.
He
That's
beat his
true.
He was
brother.
the first person to
he-
pin Roman.
He beat his brother at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
He it's I don't. Dang,
He won
I still
Money
think
in the
it's.
Bank.
I still think it has to be CM Punk.
I
I
mean,
all he had was an IC title too. I was about to say, Jay.
I'm gonna
He
go with
did
Cody
become
Rhodes
title.
still.
And that viral and
Mhm.
the entrance that
Yeah.
France one, that shit was lit. That was entrance of like the decade.
I'm
I don't
going-
care.
I'm
Any-
going Jey
any-
Uso.
any
I'm
double
going
gonna
Jey
top that
Uso.
for a minute. That,
Yeah.
that
Yeet.
entrance, that give you shit.
I'm going Punk.
But I'm going with Drew. So
I'm going Punk. I would have went Drew, but the reason why Drew is big is because he fed so much off of Punk's teat.
Right.
Agreed.
Exactly.
Same thing with Seth, to where like Seth came back from doing much of nothing, and he already seemed like
he was
the
champion.
amount of
though.
anger, the fact that CM Punk is the reason why so many of these things are even, Drew's going against Roman because of Punk,
You're right.
or like
Yeah.
going against them because of Roman, but also because of Punk. Like there's
No, you're absolutely right, man. Without Punk being
He's
the
right.
catalyst for a
the
lot
year
of this,
has revolved
lose.
around Punk.
It has.
He was supposed to win the Royal Rumble if he didn't tear his tricep. That ended up out of nowhere becoming the biggest storyline.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So the fact that he was able to push himself into a feud that wasn't supposed to happen, and not only that, but made it the biggest thing on television, made it the biggest thing off of television because of
Yep.
Twitter.
Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just go see them again.
You're talking to someone who hates Twitter.
Damn.
X, or whatever they call it. Yeah.
All right.
Ohio.
Who-
State.
I
Rearrange
liked
the
it
whole
when I was-
game with my
when I was
funky
getting
sound.
pissed off, it was
Jesus
still Twitter.
Christ.
Who's our WWE Superstar of the Year?
Cody Rhodes.
See, we got 2 for Uso,
No.
we got 2 for Punk, and we got 1 for Cody.
Oh, one for Drew, I think. No, one
Was
for
it
Drew as
Drew?
well. It was one for Drew and I'd mentioned Cody, but I think it's still Punk.
Yeah, I went with
believe
Cody, but it
I
could be
believe in
Punk.
Cody.
Yeah.
I
All right.
believe more to Cody on that one. He did finish his story.
So team J, I understand what you're getting at,
I can lean to Cody.
but I also don't think that I can listen to Jey Uso on the mic and take him seriously
Me
Ooh, spicy take.
when he does the yeet
I
No,
agree
like
man,
in
with Punk,
between.
I can't. I can't.
That thing he did
Dude's so
yesterday, the
over.
thing he did on Monday, with the New Day, He made it run so long just for it to just be like very mediocre.
Yeah,
All
but
he
I
said
mean,
is, "Oh, New Day sucks."
Yeah,
at
but
least
he's
he ain't
over.
Logan Paul.
Yes, he's
still-
over. He's over because of something they said when they were drunk. I get that. But at the same time, one, Yeet is stupid.
It is.
Very
even
stupid.
if he,
And it's
even if he
over.
wasn't,
Very stupid.
even if there was no Yeet
Mhm.
involved, I still say Jay Uso, since the breakup from the bloodline the first time, would
Mhm.
still be as over as he still is now.
Place item in bag or cart.
He was falling off a little bit. This is the thing with me though, as far as with Jay, man, and I'm like, I don't want to leave this going too long, specifically with that, but like, he got stale for a while, and is being forced down our throats. It's like saying my favorite food this year was pizza because I've had it so much. Yes, it's because it's being forced down my throat.
Select your method of payment.
Who is calling somebody?
Right?
Keith is at the store.
Yeah, I'm at the store. So if you guys hear anything, it's me at the store. Sorry.
Okay.
I'll
So-
change. I'll tell you what. I'll change my vote to CM Punk because it's not wrong. Every one of these are
Yeah, he's
top
done
tier
really good.
nominees.
No, they're valid. All four of them are valid.
But you're right
valid.
about CM Punk because everything we've had enough CM Punk shoved down our throat since Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go with Punk, even with him being hurt and stuff.
Well, the fact that every single
I mean,
beef.
honestly, Pablo's right. I think.
I don't mind that. CM Punk has been delicious this year.
I think that Punk is one of the first guys
I'm
I've
honestly
seen.
not sure if any of that.
I think Punk's
If
one
I
of the
need help
first
with any of
guys
that or
that
not, I
I've
think all
seen
the good ones
that
are
has
on there.
had more than one angle going.
I don't have.
Yeah, and
Concurrently?
even while hurt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go Punk.
I got Punk.
That works for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You'd rather change. You'd have been okay with that.
I'm telling it's like even without the stuff he's done in the ring, because to be honest, he hasn't done much in the ring.
No, he hasn't.
Right, he was hurt.
But think about it. How many people were hurt and just disappeared?
Right. Right.
Not only was he hurt, but he didn't skip a beat.
No.
He was pretty much being talked about the
Oh,
entire year,
pretty
whether
much.
he was there or not.
Pretty much
Yeah.
feuding online with Drew
Kinda
McIntyre
like-
the whole time.
Kind of like Rhea. Rhea was the same way, I think.
I don't think Rhea was ever hurt.
I don't think she was either.
You think
I
it was
think
a
it
work?
was. I think she went on her honeymoon.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah,
Probably right.
I think that her shoulder injury was completely storyline.
All right, so next category.
So what did we go with for male and female?
We
Sure.
went with CM Punk.
Okay. Oh, just Punk. Got it. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I think Keith was the only one that said the female, though. I didn't hear anybody
I
else.
said
It was
I
Liv,
said
right?
Liv.
I said Tiffy.
Friday.
You can't overlook Tiffy what she has done this past year.
Right.
Money in
But a
the
lot of it was in
Bank.
NXT, no?
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I think
Liv
Liv
has been
Yeah.
holding the championship
That's why I
for
said Liv.
8 of the 12 months this year, maybe 9.
Right.
I
She
got. I got.
And she's
Tired
got,
Liv.
and you know, even if all of her wins, even if like the majority of her wins are kind of controversial, she's pinned people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Tiffany, if we're gonna look at it like contributions to the show and what you're doing on TV,
Tiffany hasn't done
Tiffany's
shit.
win-loss record is spotty. You know, Liv wins, man,
Liv
whether you like it or
wins.
not.
Yeah,
So
she
I
does.
think
Can't argue it.
I think it's Punk and Liv.
Yeah, I'll go with Punk and Liv. I mean,
Yeah, I
I'll
can
go with it,
acquiesce to that.
Okay. I'll go with Liv.
It's funny how the champion that's been champion the entire year
Not-
is not up
she-
there.
She's still
But
got the best.
Cody
I
has
mean, dude,
really not
I
pushed
think
himself
Cody,
forward.
if Cody was on TV wrestling more,
He's got to be heel.
yeah,
Yeah.
At
I
this
like
point,
what,
there's-
what I'm
I think
seeing
it's
out of
coming
him the
soon.
last couple times we've seen him. He's going full Homelander on Kevin Owens.
You
he
guys
needs to
ready?
come back out with jet black hair and be dashing Cody Rhodes again.
No,
You
screw
guys
that,
ready
dude.
for
He
this
needs to
one?
come out as
Here-
Stardust again just to fuck with people.
Okay.
What's up,
Just
Brent?
once.
Yeah,
Like maybe he takes on
Indie
Finn
Star
Balor
Year.
as Demon Balor and he just comes out as Stardust.
and
eating
he's
plants.
Stardust.
Try to come bad again.
Indie Star of the Year.
Matt Cardona, baby.
Yeah. Hands down.
Cardona.
Yeah,
Head
we'll
down.
get it. Look at it.
Before he got hurt, I was gonna say Hijo de Vikingo.
Nah.
That would've
He
been
was a
another good
champion
choice,
everywhere.
but
He was the
Card-
champion
Cardona's
everywhere.
been killing it.
Yeah, nowadays, but if Vikingo didn't get hurt, it was 100% him.
That's true, but if
I
I,
would
had
agree.
wheels, I could swim further.
That
Matt
if
Cardona.
my aunt had wheels, she'd be a bike.
Yeah.
Matt Cardona wins this award. What do you guys say? Matt Cardona, unanimous?
It's got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dowd.
Man,
Shout out to First
We're
Wrestling's
Cardona.
giving him that.
champion. So
All
it's
right,
gotta be
and
him,
our
yeah.
final, well, it don't have to be, but superstar of the year overall, indies or mainstream.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Hendry.
Yeah, I'm going Joe Hendry.
I'm going Joe Henry.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
mainstream.
agree with you too.
I'll give it to Cody. Fuck it. He's kind of like the face of the industry, little kid. I'll give it to Cody on that one.
No joke.
It's you
I
said
feel like
most
be
viral,
the
most
superstar of the
mainstream. Is that what you're
year?
saying?
I feel like to be superstar of the year, you have to surpass wrestling. Like you have to go beyond pro
Beyond,
wrestling, and I feel like Joe Hendry and Cody Rhodes might be the only real contenders for that.
yeah.
I think it has to
Absolutely.
be Cody because he was actually. Because think about what we've been talking about since Cena left. We had
Yeah.
never had the baby face,
Right.
and we were dying for it because if you remember, it was only heels running the world for
Right.
like the
Not
last
wrong.
however much.
You're
And
not
it's got to
wrong.
be
Right.
superstar of the year has to be the face of wrestling, and the face of wrestling right now is
Cody Rhodes.
Cody.
10 years
I mean,
ago.
that's
10 years
fair.
ago, if you told me this when he was NWA World's Champion, and I didn't like it, I would have been like, forget you.
I still
But no,
think
it's
Oh,
has
after
to
the
be.
match with Aldis, though,
I still
has to
that was when I knew he was going to be a superstar.
The first one or the
Like,
second one?
Aldis
The
didn't
second
lay
one.
down for anybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this second match that he had with Aldis was like,
I still think Joe Hendry had a better year than Cody Rhodes.
God, I should have put Nick Aldis up for most improved of the year, man. That dude's a phenomenal manager and a
He's
terrible
doing it- he-
wrestler.
Yeah,
He's
I like
doing great as a general manager, and he was also
Terrible
NWA World's Champion.
Phenomenal wrestler. Terrible champion.
He had the look.
Yep.
He has the look for a GM though.
that.
wait, who were you
Yeah.
guys saying was a
He does.
terrible champion?
Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis was the best world champion of the NWA had since Ric Flair.
He was the most paper champion I've ever seen in my life.
He was the same.
He
Oh,
was
I hate
literally a bodybuilder that wandered into the right wrestling company at the right time. He had no
Magnus?
Worst
charisma.
take I've ever heard.
He
TNA.
had
Magnus?
no charisma.
Yeah,
I feel like there was a point when Nick Aldis was the world champion that he was the best wrestler in the world.
No charisma, no talent. He couldn't carry a mic in a bucket.
His
You know,
promos were
I agree with Johnny 100%.
I mean, that's cool. You guys can be wrong.
100%.
That's fine.
shit. Magnus was shit in TNA.
Well, Magnus was crap.
What's
That's what I was talking about.
The
but,
tag
like,
team with Nigel, the freaking, the stuff with
hey. The
who was the
sun
big
shines
dude?
on
Hey, Rob
every
Carey?
dog's ass once in a while. All right. But as a world champion in TNA and NWA, I found Magnus / Nick Aldis really, really boring. I found him as
super
charismatic
disagree.
as a piece of bread that couldn't even hit the toaster.
I agree.
Oh, I disagree.
I'm
agree.
trying to. What
That's a
I'm
hell
trying
of
to
an
say, though,
analogy, Johnny.
what I'm trying to say is I enjoy him a lot now.
Right.
The last 10 years of his
But
work,
the
to have
caveat is
him
that you.
land in WWE was mind bending.
Oh, he was. Dude, okay, yeah. I mean,
That is crazy.
I don't have anything to really back this up except what I saw.
Couldn't hit the
Like,
toaster, dude.
At the height of Power on YouTube, I watched that show every single week, like from
Could
the
not hit
beginning.
toaster.
well,
And Nick Aldis was the best thing on that show.
I want to
Doesn't
piggyback
say
on what
much,
Keith's
though.
saying.
Billy Pumpkins doesn't really run a tight ship.
Man.
Yeah, Smashing Pumpkins
Oh.
is not really. But this is the part where I agree with Keith. I understand what you're saying, Johnny. But he made NWA watchable. He made NWA watchable to where it is right now.
I felt like
Tim
that was
Storm?
because of the opponents.
I
they
mean, let's
gave
be
him,
honest,
Joe
like-
Smith.
But to have the
Murdoch
look,
made it watchable.
to have the look. Well, yeah, Murdoch did his best the year before
Yeah.
and then him and Aldis had good matches.
Yeah.
Right.
To
And I
make
mean, you gotta
Trevor
think about this,
Murdoch look like an amazing wrestler, you would have to say that Nick Aldis has some skill.
Right. And Tim Storm
Not
is, you
unfair.
know, fine. You know what I mean? But to go, he elevated it. You know what I mean? Like Tim
Yeah.
Storm is a perfectly fine regional wrestler.
Yeah.
But when Nick Aldis won the world title from Tim Storm, you felt like it was a world title. He made it feel important.
That's because
Right.
who
Like,
he was winning
dude, I
it
can't.
from, though, not who was winning it.
But that's
But
who.
you just
Man,
made my
dude, I'm
argument
saying
for
I'm
me.
flabbergasted right now. I'm
You
trying.
just made my argument for
I
me.
never thought that anyone would. Wow.
Well, because
I
Matt,
just feel like
okay,
you haven't watched Nick Aldis wrestle. Like
him,
that's
no, not even that. Okay. I have to give pushback on the champion. Him holding the 10 pounds of gold the way he did, he
Yeah.
looked like the quintessential NWA champion.
Yes.
Agreed. On paper,
That's
he
why I
looked
don't-
great.
And visually, he looked good.
That's what I mean.
Having Camille by his side, but I
Oh.
can't say that he's a bad champion
Right.
when
Right.
he's been the best NWA champion since
Ric Flair.
Cody Rhodes.
Ric Flair.
AJ Styles,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hey, no.
our truth. Like who are we saying?
Our truth. Damn.
He's
there's
better than
an
any-
NWA champion
He's
to
better
be
than
proud of.
everybody that's
He's
preceded
killing
him
me.
and everybody that's succeeded him in the last however many.
We'll work on that tomorrow.
Chad, who do you say?
I don't think we can do. Yes, I'll do it today. Find a screwdriver.
Well,
Well,
you guys were
what's,
arguing so much. What was the question?
I was gonna say,
again?
what was the question? It kind of
All
got
right.
lost.
Sorry,
in the
Casey and I are getting into it about putting batteries in his
Superstar of
freaking.
the year, overall
it-
indies or mainstream wrestlers?
Cody.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
I guess Cody.
considering
I-
he made
By the way,
himself.
I kind of agree with Johnny about Nick.
Mm,
I do.
That's
I
bad.
agree with him.
mm.
You guys suck. No, I'm just kidding.
Nick
I'll
Aldis
give you
is
one
good
reason.
as a GM, but I didn't
And
like
I
him as a
know-
wrestler either.
Mm.
You're
I'll
not.
give you one
so
reason. And,
That's
and-
why I agree with
I
Johnny.
know-
I didn't think
When
that he
Christopher
was very-
Daniels stepped away from wrestling for a bit and wasn't doing that much, Nick Aldis was my favorite freaking wrestler. Like I never saw that guy do
So
anything
It took
in the
somebody
ring that would
great.
make me want to stand up and clap. Like,
No, I
It took
feel like
somebody
okay.
great
Peep
to
this,
send
right?
him away for you
You
to
wanna know-
appreciate him. That doesn't
Oh.
say much about your boy.
You
What
know
I'd
who
like
he
to say,
reminds
right?
me of?
Okay, what's up?
He reminds me of a washed up Chris Masters who's
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
damn, the
We're,
flair.
we're
on,
getting
man.
into
Oh.
uncharted.
Dude.
We are
Damn.
getting to uncharted territory. Of cap.
that's Nick Aldis.
I'm wearing 3 hats. That's how much cap.
Damn.
Unmastered.
Chris, man, the
My
flair
word.
Masters is crazy.
I mean, you know, everybody can have their opinion. That's why it's an opinion. Nick Aldis was a great NWA World Champion, and he
But Nick Aldis, much like Roman Reigns when he was WWE champ,
Dude, I
They both
never
took that time off their championship run.
always disagreed with the Roman Reigns hate too.
Hmm.
Like I never understood it.
Loves Romans title.
This
reign.
well,
Never understood it to the depth it got to.
I didn't understand.
Me
Like,
neither.
do you not take the guy who looks like a freaking movie star and who's
Right.
jacked and who has like this amazing heritage and make him your world champion? Like, do you not do that?
But you could do that just stop for 4 fucking years. Did you do it with
Cody.
The Rock?
I thought we were
Hey,
talking about
Here's
Cody
the
about
aspect
it just
of it
right
that got a
now.
lot of people.
But here's the thing about that, dude. I love long
Cody
title
wins.
reigns.
I like him
Yeah.
too. So
I
I
guess we're
would,
going with Cody. Yeah.
what I would say in defense
Cody.
of Nick Aldis is that the reason why Cody is as good a champion as is right now is because he took from the Nick Aldis tree.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's
I won't
you know,
argue that because Nick Aldis, like I said,
because
is a
the
good wrestler.
look, you know,
Right.
I know for a fact that Aldis was like
Waxing
before you
it
beat
back
me or when you know you're gonna beat me and then I'm gonna get it back, but
I
you
know
should dress the
people who-
part. You need to dress the part. And
Mhm.
the when Cody started dressing the part is the time I took him seriously.
Sorry,
I
Nick, I
never
didn't
took
mean
him
to offend you.
seriously before. And I've been on brand for talking about like I've always saw Cody as a mid carder. But
I am going
until
to,
Nick Aldis made him a superstar, and that's why I think he Nick Aldis does.
I'm going to make
bit
a
of-
freaking strictly business best of
Mhm.
and spam Johnny Boston with it
Uh-oh.
until he
Uh-oh.
realizes how amazing Nick Aldis was.
Wow.
All right, Johnny, you're not the only one who thought he was awful.
Woo!
If I can
Oh,
also
no.
mention my Ohio State Buckeyes are
Yeah, they
abs-
creaming.
they're televising murder right
Stop
now.
telling me, dude. The game's DVR is recording. I don't want to hear that.
Well, you don't need to record it. I'm just gonna tell you, Oregon hasn't made it past the 50-yard line.
They're
they get
televising
stomped
murder
the
right
fuck
now.
out.
That's amazing.
The game ended in the first quarter.
Murder.
So you put your parlay on Oregon.
Oh, man, guys.
All right. I don't know if we had mentioned this, but one thing I'd want to say is that I think one of the more important ones that we need to mention is best feud.
Okay.
Considering how feud heavy everything has been.
All right, I have a question before we go there.
Feud of the year?
Is
This
that
is easy.
considered is that considered the same, or would that be considered the same as a rivalry for the year, or different?
Sure. No,
Yeah.
rivalry.
We can mention ones that are started before this year and continued.
Yeah, I got you. This one's going to be the winner. It's
Oh,
going to
man.
be Liv and Rhea Ripley.
Oh,
I mean,
Oh no.
Oh,
what about
no.
what about the bloodlines?
Oh, my
Yeah, what about the bloodline?
Somewhere
Yeah.
between the Bloodline and Punk and McIntyre.
It's
Punk and
right.
McIntyre.
It's
Yeah,
Punk and
true.
McIntyre.
Punk and Drew.
I feel like the fact that we're not even really thinking about feuds outside of the WWE just shows how much better the
Better.
WWE is at booking
Incredible.
stories
Well, because you can
than all the other companies are.
I can think of all the best in every single one.
Yeah.
Every single
Hendry and Moose.
Oh, Hendry and Moose, and also Nemeth and Josh Alexander.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Or you
Sure.
could say in AEW,
I'd say
it's been
the
Mariah Hangman and Swerve and
Yeah.
John
Mariah.
Moxley against the entire company,
Yeah.
Right.
or Mariah against Tony. But
Right. Sure.
the best storytelling company is WWE,
Hands down.
Yeah. Absolutely.
and the
Hands
top
down.
three. There's top three,
Yeah.
All right.
and I think that's what we have to pick from.
Right.
All right.
CM
I'm listening.
It's CM Punk against Drew,
Yup.
Bloodline, and then Judgment Day against everybody that they've
Right.
like Rhea against Liv, pretty much.
Gunther against himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finn against Damien is up there almost.
Yeah.
Because it's been the entire year, literally like nonstop.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
I want
But,
to throw in a little mini one, which is fun.
What's
Braun
up?
Yeah,
and
what's up,
Bronson. That was a little fun little feud. For a
Ooh.
little-
Braun Strowman and Reed?
Yeah, that was a fun little
Okay.
feud. That was a fun little feud in that.
It was fun. I liked Bronson and Seth.
Yeah. That was.
That was
I like
that was
Bronson.
pretty-
It was
that
short.
was it's like an open ending one. That still got late. That still got a chat this close.
I like
I'm
the
not,
big
I'm
guy
not
for
finna
himself.
finish. It's not done yet.
We
Not
are
done
Trick-
getting away from Trick and Mello.
Yeah. It's get ready to say it. Trick and
Trick and
Mello.
Mello. Yeah.
Dude, tricking freaking Ethan Page.
Trick and
Yeah.
Ilya. Trick and
There's a
Ilya.
rap song that was made
Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
by the white one.
And the payoff on that is going to be an elevation for
Joe
Javon now, you know, and
Javon Evans, yeah.
yeah, and a
Javon-
reconfirmation that Ethan Page is like a giant scumbag, which we all knew.
Right.
It's his
Yeah.
gimmick. He's very
Kevin
good at
and-
being a scumbag.
Kevin and
He is.
Cody.
He was all of
Kevin
that
and
stuff.
Cody.
He was so insincere that whole entire time.
Mhm.
Anyone who believed he was actually going to turn babyface
Oh no, never.
doesn't understand human psychology.
Right.
Like,
Nah.
I know
He's up there for
Dog
heel
was
of the
like
year.
3/4.
yeah,
Ethan Page is close up there for heel of the
yeah,
year.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Him Christian. Woo.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Obviously Christian.
I didn't watch
But,
NXT, to see all of Ethan Page's run as a heel, but
Dude.
As an
Fire.
unlikely champion, he's done a good job, and he's
Yeah.
he, like he's all ego for a reason, you know, and
Yeah.
like
Ego.
so between those three feuds,
He does the
Rivalries.
kawaii girl thing, but he does the,
the
but
uwu?
it's like, yeah. Well, no,
Yeah.
the smile, the twist smile thing that
yeah.
the
Oh yeah,
anime
yeah,
girls do.
twist his oh yeah,
It's kind of funny.
that's
You know?
bad. That's bad.
I lost my smile. Found it by stomping in your face. Fuck yeah.
It's hard. It's hard not to say the bloodline, but the bloodline's been going so long,
Yeah.
and they've been beefing with so many people. I don't even notice if Rhodes isn't even beefing with the bloodline at this point.
No, he's
Right.
not.
He's with Kevin Owens.
Honestly, I think the bloodline thing has has gotten and will continue to get stale
Mhm.
because it has been going on
I
for
don't
so
know if
long.
it's stale. I think that adding, I
Well,
think
Solo
Jacob
versus
Fatu shook it
Jay.
up.
Solo's messing it
Yeah.
up. I don't want to hear you say that you're going to kill your brother
Right.
That's kind of strange.
when you're
yeah.
not going to.
No,
He's like, oh, I will kill you where you stand. I'm like,
Yeah. There's
where's
only
this
been
inflammatory
one.
language
Or
coming
my
from?
brother would
There's-
legitimately say to each
Yeah.
other,
There's
unfortunately.
only one.
Absurd.
There's only one feud that deserves to win this, and it's got a little bit of everything in it. And that's between CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, and Seth
Seth?
freaking Rollins.
I mean, I love that feud.
They
I'm
are
not
a
gonna-
triple.
gonna-
If
Yeah.
you think about it, they are a
Fine.
triple-headed monster,
Yeah.
and I think they win it for me
Yeah, they
Yeah.
both.
I like that
I'd go
feud
with
a
it.
lot.
because they're
I like that
alternating
feud a lot.
between.
That would have
They're
to win it for me too.
they're alternating between.
They are.
Like now it's CM Punk and Seth, but it always will be CM Punk and Drew.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
like it's just
Yeah.
And when
Yeah,
Drew
true.
comes back, we're going to have just had enough time to forget about him.
Yep.
and then when
I
you
think-
forget about him, he'll go back to them,
When he
and
strikes.
then he'll come back again. Like,
Yeah.
The only murder in the history of wrestling is when Undertaker killed Paul Bearer, right? By burying him in cement.
Excuse you?
No, when he killed Orlando Jordan,
Dude.
Did he kill
Rosemary
Orlando Jordan too?
he crucified
All right.
him.
He did
Rosemary-
crucify him.
killed Allie in a fucking
Yeah.
weird
Really?
satanic dream.
Yeah.
All right, hold up. It gets
Fever
even
dream.
better.
There's been
Because
more
their tag
murders.
partners, Abyss and Crazy Steve, killed an entire tag team one night. in
Eric
the
Young?
Hardy, and when they went after the Hardy compound,
Yep. I remember
they
yeah.
that.
killed the three
I
ugly
remember that
ducklings.
one.
And like
Well,
I'm
dang.
talking like Abyss snapped all their necks and then they just kept going. Like,
Yeah.
it
Okay,
was
so the only murder
fucking
that I ever
awful.
saw
Wait,
was
wait,
the
wait.
Undertaker killing Paul Bearer.
You didn't see Big Show throw Kurt Angle off of a 20-foot rafter?
Did he kill him though? Did they say he was
You
dead?
didn't see Hulk Hogan
Was
push
it
Big
actual
Show-
murder?
So you're
you
saying
didn't
he
see
lived?
Hulk Hogan push the
Jim
giant
Ross.
off the roof of a building and then
Hulk
wrestle
Hogan.
him?
He
Yeah.
pushed
Oh, that's
off
right.
of
He
the
did push him
giant.
off the roof of a
People
building.
have been pushed off of buildings.
Another
Big Show's
murder that
first
happened-
match was on a
Uh,
skyscraper.
roof.
Right,
No.
right, okay.
Another
All right,
murder
sorry.
that happened was in TNA.
And it
When
was a
Ewok so
got
many
goddamn
killed
monster truck match.
by his crew, and then
There's been
and
so
then
many
came back.
fake murders.
Okay.
That's funny.
So then
There
he
was
can
another
say he's
murder
gonna
that
kill him.
happened.
Fuck it. You know?
There was another murder that happened
Did
too
someone
in
kill Vince
TNA.
McMahon? Someone killed
Yeah,
Vince
well,
McMahon, right?
yeah.
DX
Yeah.
blew his car up.
Limo.
Come on, dude. We all
Yeah,
saw
DX blew his
we all
car
saw
up.
Kane
All right.
fuck Katie Vick's brains out.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Ooh.
Ew.
Ooh.
Oh.
We might
Eric
have to
Young
say a
came
no
back
to
to
that.
life.
Hey, yo.
Whoa.
On to the
Moment of
next.
the year.
On to the
Yo.
next.
All right. So do we have any more categories or what's going on now?
I think the only thing I would want to say is heel of the
Heel
year,
of the
and then
year.
I'm
I'm not
Because
really even caring about
face of the year doesn't matter.
No.
It's a heel like universe right now.
heel of
Yeah.
the year.
After everything we've talked about, though, I gotta give it a Christian.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, fair.
Christian
works.
Cage.
There's
He's
no
gone
doubt.
after.
Christian works.
He's the patriarchy.
I'm hoping
Yeah,
next
good.
year it'll be Shinsuke Nakamura. I hope he has
Hey.
time to develop
Yeah.
into a
Heck
Sith
yeah.
Lord.
Mhm.
But for now, I'm happy to say Christian Cage has earned every
Yeah.
bit of it.
Definitely Christian.
He is going to take AEW from the doldrums whenever they actually, because, and
And
then.
I mean, we say it doesn't matter, but babyface of the year is Cody Rhodes.
it's Cody.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Joe
No?
Hendry.
Cody or Swerve.
The Wyatt.
No.
Joe Hendry. Face of the year.
It's Roman.
Interesting.
It's
Wow.
Roman.
Ooh.
They do it for Roman.
Mm.
Literally, as soon as Solo and all that, they're building up Roland to be Superman.
You're not wrong.
The 4 years of him being a champion was only to lead to him being the biggest babyface in the world.
Well, yeah, that's
True.
fair.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
he's got to beat the Rock
From
for
the
that.
moment he said that he had cancer,
Right.
Yeah.
That's
like years
right.
ago, and then came back,
Brutal,
and then
but fair.
you already know exactly. You already know that he was always going to be positioned to end his career
As a baby face.
as even when
Yeah.
you knew even when he was a heel.
Yep.
And I think it's got to be him because everything that's happening is like
So,
justifying what he's doing.
right. Okay.
And
That
So,
makes
what do you
sense.
guys
come
think
off of
about
it.
He's
Don't
not
forget
wrong.
about this guy. For
No,
face of
not
the
at all.
year.
I don't
What's
think
up, buddy?
he's wrong.
You stop that. You stop that John Cena stuff.
He's still
So,
around.
what do you guys
I
think
don't
about
want
like
still around.
doing a couple predictions and then we can say goodbye or whatever?
Dun, dun,
That works.
dun. Sorry.
So
we
predictions
predicting?
are we predicting on certain things that are coming up, like New
Just
Year's
predictions
Evil
of
is
what we
coming
think
up
is
or some
going to
things?
happen in 2025.
Braun
Oh, I
Breaker
like that.
becomes
Okay.
world champion
Yeah.
in 2025.
World
That's
War
fair.
IV. We're gonna skip 3.
Damn.
What's that World War
Hey,
IV?
hey, God,
What I'm
So
what I'm
Gun Buster is
calling.
predicting that the world is going to end.
God, hey,
I mean, I'm down for that too. Let's
Oh,
just.
I hope not. My life just
Hey,
started.
hey, ho. Whoa.
So I'm going to say, I think Joe Hendry and Jade Cargill are going to win the Royal Rumble.
Ew. Oh no.
Spicy.
Dude,
God, I hope not.
I think Bianca Belair is going to win the belt at some point.
I don't
And then
think
face
Jade's gonna
Jade.
win shit.
And then Jade and Bianca are going to wrestle each other at WrestleMania.
Tiffany Stratton will win the belt.
Jade at one point will win the Royal Rumble because that's what she was built for.
Yeah.
You're not
So
wrong.
who?
Jesus.
So
Throwing
does
people over
anybody
the
have any
ropes.
thoughts on who attacked her?
Naomi.
This is
It's
Rikishi.
I don't think
Hands down.
It's Naomi. It's Naomi.
Rikishi. You did it for the Rock.
I did it for the Rock.
she did it for
I
the
did
Rock.
it.
That's
I
what
did
it
for
For the
Beyonce.
I
Rock.
did it for the Usos.
I'd laugh my nuts off if Rikishi came out of retirement just to say he did
is.
it.
Just say that he attacked
know,
freaking
right?
Jade.
That's
I don't
that's
want
bad.
to do Naomi.
That's good stuff.
I love Naomi, and I hope it's
Charlotte.
no freaking Bianca. I hope it's Bianca.
Actually, I've heard people say that that Bianca could have done
And
it
Bianca
before the
could be like,
match.
yo,
That's
I'm
what I said
tired of your
first.
green ass. I got rid of you so I could team with my actual friend. You know
I'm
what I
not.
mean?
I'm not tired of her
more
ass.
than
That's for
likely.
sure.
You know.
Me either. I'm never
If it's
tired of
green,
it.
I'd be tired of it too.
I can never.
I mean, does Jade Cargill even have an ass? I don't know. She looks like an old lady without makeup, so I don't pay much attention to her.
Yeah, well, she's
Yeah,
built.
not that I
She's
can-
really people that are muscular have built glutes, so like it
Yeah.
pops.
I just
but
think
it's
she
like-
looks like somebody's grandma when she doesn't have makeup on.
Cargill is a female version of Goldberg.
Yes,
Carberg.
100%.
Her hair is
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Carberg.
We also didn't say that the biggest loser of the year was Bret Hart. We might have had to mention that. Bret Hart took some L's this year. Oh man, Bret Hart's getting dragged.
I feel like poor Bret Hart takes L's every year though.
Because every time he talks about Goldberg
He
and then it
can't shut up about
resurfaced and all that
Goldberg.
stuff, yeah, he's like, it's such a loser. Obviously, he's not a loser. He's got
Let's
a
talk
young
about-
black wife.
Let's
The
do
man's
a
a winner.
documentary on WCW.
He's not a loser. Just
So
ask him.
Bill Goldberg.
Yeah.
You
Keith,
know?
Keith
Go,
nailed
Goldberg,
it.
Goldberg, Goldberg. But
Wait, so Brett, why
I
do you
think
think?
we tackled most
Why
of
do
the
you think
great best
WCW
things.
failed? Bill Goldberg.
Yeah.
No,
Well, your
Eric
thoughts on
Bischoff.
Vince Russo? Bill Goldberg.
Bastion Booger.
Well, hey
No,
guys,
I don't
let's
think he was the only
here's
one who made any
to
kind of a real
Pass,
point
man.
on that documentary.
here's putting 2024 to rest and opening up the new doors
Oh,
for
Keith is
25.
one about ECW too.
Amen.
I would like to mention what I think is going to happen this year, though.
Yeah, go for it, brother.
Is that I think Joe Hendry is going to win a title. I think he's actually going to win the TNA one because they need, at this point, because of what's happening with the Exodus, people leaving because Scott D'Amore's not there. I think they need to run with Joe Hendry in order to keep
So you
it
think
keep
they're
some
gonna- you
relevancy.
think he's going to re-up his contract?
I
You
think
think he's actually
I
going to sign?
If
I
they're
thought he
smart,
was
they
going to
will.
win the Royal Rumble. I thought he was
Yeah.
win the Royal Rumble a while ago, but now that I'm think about it, like TNA might not be able to.
Dude, they're not.
They might have to
They
throw
have-
a good
I
chunk of
don't know
money
if
at
they'll
it.
expense exactly. I don't know if they can. I don't know if they can finagle it or
Right.
they can outbid WWE, but
Right.
They don't
I
have the
think they
money
need
for
to
that.
keep him. Also, what I think is going to happen is that I think Jacob's going to get the Ulafala.
Somehow, yes,
Yeah.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, just go
at
ahead.
some point, he will have it.
Mhm.
It
I
might be
think
Monday.
that-
It might be
I think
Monday.
Roxanne, I mean, I know that this is kind of a no-brainer, but I think Roxanne, Trick, Oba, and Tony D'Angelo all get called up this year.
I
Or
think
next
so.
year. Or this
That's
year.
If they don't, I am going to sue Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
My word.
My prediction of the year: we got the best John Cena heel run we've ever gotten. Once he
What?
loses the Royal Rumble and then wins the Money in the Bank.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Ooh,
Wins the
Heel
money
John
in the
Cena,
bank.
I would like.
That's great.
Cashes it in on
Ooh,
WrestleMania,
nice
but we don't
prediction,
get the
dude.
heel turn until the next night.
I would
Nice.
never forgive WWE if they gave a perennial main eventer
Dude.
They done it
Again.
before. He did it.
the Money in the Bank because they did it with Brock Lesnar, and I think it killed the Money in the Bank.
It did.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
Cena.
It
not
made
Wagner.
Ali
We're
look like
talking about
such a
someone of value.
goober.
Cena
I don't know.
won
I
too.
feel like
I think Cena wins the Elimination Chamber, to be honest.
I feel like Cena working as a heel in his last year would just be so weird.
It'd be kind of weird.
Well,
Especially when they,
this is the thing, right? Because I'm sorry. I don't want to.
I was just gonna say, especially when they positioned The Rock as a heel, and I think Cena and The Rock has to happen again. You know what I mean?
So is Cena and Orton too, and Cena and Punk.
What if
Right.
what if Cena and The Rock would team up?
I don't know how much
hits a
sense that
rock
would
bottom
make.
on John Cena out of nowhere.
Because they fought each other in WrestleMania last year, so like I don't know how much sense that it would necessarily make, but I think
Be
I could
interesting though.
even.
Yeah,
it would be really cool, and I've been pitching for years that John Cena has to go heel.
I've been saying it for years, it never
Especially at
happened.
the
So I'm
end,
not looking.
man.
I'm not. It's not ever going to happen because
No.
I've been saying it for years that it would.
he
it would
said
save
that
his
he doesn't
career.
really have any interest.
And that's why this
But
is
Xavier
the
Woods,
perfect time
Xavier
for
Woods
it,
also said
because
he'd never break up
everyone's
the New
gonna
Day,
think
and here we
it's
are.
too late in his career to happen, but I want him to hold the belt for like a year or two.
I want
don't want
Randy
him
to
to
have
just-
it.
I don't want him to just, win the belt and then retire. I want them
Right.
to hold the belt for a while.
Yeah,
Like,
if he's going to win.
longer than they expected his career to last, basically,
If he wins it, he holds it till SummerSlam and he retires.
That's
Yeah.
likely what's going to happen.
When he
Roman-
loses to
I'm hoping
Joe
it's
Hendry.
better.
Or
Braun
even
Breaker-
Survivor Series. But what would be nice
Braun
is for him to go longer than a year with the belt.
To just
would
prove
love-
he's
oh
the
my
best,
goodness.
to prove he's better
To
than
go-
Ric Flair, to prove he's better than Triple H. Like, just
Yeah.
to be a
And
heel.
then him and Randy go for the title.
And
There
Randy
you go.
takes.
And Randy beats him.
That's what I would like.
And
In
he
my
gets
heart
the-
of hearts,
Dude,
in
he
my-
punts
I
Randy
understand-
Orton into
yeah.
next year.
I understand that I'm like young, right? But
Right.
in my lifetime, there is no better rivalry or no better like lifelong rivalry than the two people that came up in the system together.
You missed
The-
Bill
the-
Goldberg.
Oh my goodness. The Nepo baby and the freaking prototype.
Right.
And they have to end together.
That end together.
They're the only ones left.
And whose side does Batista land on?
Oh,
Randy.
His own.
so
And
His
Randy
own.
and Cody has to happen because it's like Cody's
Right.
ultimate feud has to be against his mentor.
Yeah.
Well, I also
So I think
also think that-
Randy getting it and beating John Cena makes him legitimate and then makes Cody look that much better.
I also think that they have a hell of a dream match right there in Cody and Punk.
Oh yeah, for sure.
couldn't agree more.
But I think we're gonna get so many more matches before that.
I agree with that.
We're
I don't
gonna
think
get
that match is going to happen anytime soon.
I'd be upset if it did because I'd rather see there's so many dream matches nowadays, but that's the thing about it. I want to see CM Punk against AJ Styles.
Right.
I want to see CM Punk fuck with Drew some more.
David,
Well, I think
I'd
that'd be
like
a
to see.
thing
That was
forever.
5 minutes.
That'd be a
David,
thing
what's-
forever.
Hey David, what's your prediction for the year? Top prediction.
Last of mine. I've been saying this for a minute. Dirty Dom's winning Money in the Bank. I've been saying that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Actually,
That's
I've,
It's
actually,
gonna
I've been hearing little tidbit rumors of Dirty Dom taking on Gunther and possibly beating him for the title.
He's
Interesting.
already faced him.
He's been
before a
bit,
few
they've been
times.
building
No,
up
I'm
to it.
talking
They
about.
fought
I'm talking
together.
about I've heard
Actually winning.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I think
I would like to
AV?
see Dragon Lee
And
get
then-
more time.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would be
Wouldn't
nice
argue
too.
with that.
Yeah, I love watching Dragon Lee. I would love to see him get more TV time when they get on Netflix.
I would like a Hispanic wrestler to not wrestle a Hispanic wrestler every week.
fair.
Keith,
Yeah.
you want to wrap us up here?
So, honestly, I do want to say something before we get off.
Giggity.
Penta versus Jacob WrestleMania next year.
Right on. So this year, through some interesting circumstances, I met you fellas. And I already knew Tyler beforehand, but we got close working on podcasts together. And I know that, I mean, we do have conversations in chats and stuff, but getting together with you guys every week and talking about wrestling has been the highlight of my year, at least one of them. And the three of you, I already knew Chad. I already kind of knew Johnny from Facebook, but the three of you have become three of my best friends. through this podcast, and it's been
Awesome,
really
man.
cool, man.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
And I'm crying a little bit because I'm a big pussy. But
Yes.
I love you guys, man. This has been
Hey, I
so
love y'all
fun, and
too,
I can't
man.
wait to
Hey.
do it this year.
Uh-huh,
Oh,
you
yeah.
love
Meeting
me.
you guys has been phenomenal for me, and
Mm-hmm.
I knew from the very first time that we podcasted together, I was like, okay, if anything happens, me, Pablo, and Keith are doing our own thing.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
guess what happened? We did our own thing.
And it's beautiful, and I think definitely look out for us next year. I think I think we offer a lot of good as far as insight and entertainment, the things that people want, right? But most importantly, I do love the camaraderie, and
Oh, hell
given
yeah.
that at the time when we first started this, that I was at a pretty low point and I was wanting to just enjoy life again, and the fact that I got to meet some cool cats that, just like we said, just out of nowhere, it just kind of became a thing. And then we ended up coming up with this. And yeah, I feel the same way, Keith. And I got much love for you, man. And
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
good
For
man,
sure,
good
man.
father, both of y'all. And
Thank you, brother.
D'Lo
you,
coming
thank you.
on and staying along with us and being a
Yeah, it was supposed to be a
Yeah, man.
one-off, man, and he's been here every week since. So
Yeah,
and
he's
Chad
Oh, yeah.
having the pods with you, I enjoyed it, and I think we all have a good thing, and I do really like doing this, and I love to see where things go. But I will also say that this is coming up to be, this could be the best year of wrestling ever.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Between
for sure.
all the companies, we're the Renaissance, and I'm glad we started it when we did, because I think we're coming on a renaissance. Netflix starting up,
Oh, yeah.
the Sportscast, Max having it now, billion dollar deal, WWE and Netflix. So, and we're gonna be
Chad,
here, and beautiful.
Chad,
Yeah.
anytime you want to come on the show, drop
As
some
long-
reminders.
As long as
Yeah.
you're not driving.
Hey, I wasn't driving. My
Yeah,
wife
brother.
was. I don't
Yeah,
drive.
but you know what I meant. But yeah, I got you. And definitely
Yeah,
like
I'll-
to see you.
I
And you're
make it a
knowledgeable.
point
Come
and-
back
to
if you
not
guys
be
would let me.
online when I'm driving, man. Y'all don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm having Johnny
Yeah,
Boston on
Johnny.
the show as well.
Yeah, thank you,
Always
man.
a good time with Johnny on the show.
Oh, hey, guys.
Yeah, and Jay Sizzle gave us,
You make boring weekdays incredibly fun for me, man. I appreciate being here every time. I'm not going to be a weepy bitch about it because I promised
Yeah.
myself I wouldn't. But I
Yeah.
greatly,
Right.
I didn't know I was going to start crying until I started
greatly
crying.
appreciate
A
being
big
part of
shout
this,
out
man.
to
You
big-
guys, you guys give an old man a lot of fun shit to look forward to. So,
Yeah.
We
no,
appreciate you,
I
man.
definitely appreciate you guys. I
Mhm.
appreciate having my voice be heard too, and just
Yeah,
want
we
to say thank you
appreciate you.
for having me.
I'm
For
so
sure,
older
man.
than Johnny, though.
Are you?
Big shout out to
No idea.
Tyler Martin,
Yeah.
Shout out to Jay
Good luck
Sizzle.
out,
Jay
man.
Sizzle. Hey, Kish Radio family, we love you.
Shout out to the
Yeah,
fans.
thank you so much. Yeah, thank you
Mad
to
love,
everyone who's
wrestling
been
fans.
supporting us, man.
Yeah,
You're the
thanks
best.
to everybody that's been supporting the podcast. Look for nothing but more good wrestling chatter in the next year.
We're the
There's
best
a-
in the
for
biz.
sure, man.
We're the best.
There's
in
a
the
lot
biz.
to look forward to, I would say,
Woo!
especially for
Just
this
say-
year.
Brent just said we were the best in the biz.
We're the
If
best.
you
Well,
guys would,
I've listened to a lot of wrestling podcasts, and none of them give as much information as we do.
And
I promise you
entertainment.
that.
I'll say that. And entertainment, Lord knows.
and if you guys would allow me to come back, I would love to come back.
Right on, brother.
I liked having you on today, and I have nothing against it.
No,
And
no.
just
We,
if you're able to do our schedule and we figure out some things, I have nothing against it. You are knowledgeable and you're good to talk to.
yeah.
Absolutely.
My only issue
Absolutely,
with
guys.
Pablo is his addiction with TNA.
We got a good crew, man. We got a
I
good-
stopped as much. I stopped
Yeah,
ranting
the
about.
TNA stuff is scaled back a little bit.
Oh,
Plus,
really?
I've been watching it too, so I've been picking up some of it. So it's not all Pablo anymore.
Yeah, the-
Lucky me, I don't get access
Everyone
TV
out
anymore.
there.
But here's the weird thing: I can record New Japan, but I can't see Impact, which is
That's
really
weird.
odd.
Well,
That's weird.
Weird.
I do like me some New Japan though, but
Oh yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
we should. If we could watch New Japan, that'd be fun to incorporate.
I
miss
don't
that
think they're
family
coming back. Their contract is up, and from what I understand, they haven't re-signed it to come back on Access TV.
Oh, that's bad.
We'll see where they go. We'll
All
see
right,
where they go,
Keith.
but I think it's
Yeah.
good.
All right, fellas.
Yes.
Close
Yeah.
us out, buddy.
All right.
Let's
All right.
sign off and
Yeah.
so
It's
happy
been
New Year to
real. It's been
everybody.
Happy New
fun.
Year, everybody.
Yes, Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year's,
New
gentlemen.
Year.
New Year.
Enjoy
Relief.
2025. Let's kill it
Thanks
some
for
more,
letting
man.
me come back. Hopefully, there's more to it.
Hopefully
For sure, brother.
52 weeks of wonderful wrestling and good conversations with good people.
Let's
Absolutely.
fucking go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, everybody, take care, man. Happy New Year.